What is up, everybody? Welcome to the God Mode channel for another wonderful Friday night Dungeons and Dragons stream. We are playing Devils in the Details, our roleplay heavy intrigue slash political slash combat light D&D game. I'm JSO slash the wizard slash the DMGM, and who else is joining me this fine Friday evening?
Hey everyone, I'm Bailey, and I play Karma Tycoon, your tiefling wild magic sorcerer, College of Eloquence bard.
Hey everybody, it's Luke. I play Raphael, the Asima Inquisitor.
What's up? My name's Kevin, and I play Monifa Sonara, the Tabaxi Thief.
What's up, everybody? I'm Slim. I'll be playing Cassius Auditora, a tiefling warlock, undead, pact of the town.
Well, I play Obi Sholun. He always stop attack. Always.
Always.
Hey guys. Amanda, I play Alloy, the Tabaxi Artificer. Meow. Meow.
Hey everybody, I'm Nick. I play Vep Maxworth, the Feyfolk Ranger and best salesman in all of the Twixt. Happy to go to an auction.
Thank you, everybody, and thank you to everyone joining us tonight. What's up, Nick? What's up, Mama Bear? Let's see, what's up, Tisa? And whomever else I may have missed. And of course, all my friends who are right here on the stream with me. A couple things for housekeeping, and then we'll jump right into the session here. As always, a huge thank you to not only the artists who did our individual character art here, but also some of the NPC art. So thank you so much, Peachy Yuri and Iroichi. I'm slapping their names into the chat now. They did amazing work with all of the characters that you see here on this page, on this layout, as well as some of the NPC art, including Lushy, Daedramir, the Resplendent Lom. She did an amazing job, so make sure and go check them out. Both of those handles will get you over to their Twitter socials. They may have Instagram accounts too. I'm not sure which one has which, but just go give them some love, give them a follow, and they may have some commissions open if you're interested in trying to get some stuff yourself. Peachy Yuri's just been killing it with her art recently, so make sure and just go look at her stuff. It's really awesome. We just hit 1,250 Twitter followers, so make sure to follow so you can stay up to date on the latest news and giveaways and cool stuff like that we are doing over on the Twitch side of things. I'll slap that link into the chat. So thank you so much, everyone who's been following over there. A big thank you to Never Enough Mars and AVG Gamer for the follows this past week here on Twitch. I really appreciate that. A huge thank you to Hope for TTRPG. She's been really cool in the Twitter realm in terms of bringing the TTRPG community together and being very positive. So make sure and go check her channel out. She just started streaming herself not too long ago. She's been doing a couple charity streams, which is really cool. So make sure, I just slapped a link in the chat. Go follow her. She does a lot of cool TTRPG stuff. Perhaps one day she will be a guest on here. So thank you so much for that raid. I really appreciate it. A big thank you to Mystic, as always, for not only hanging out with us, but also giving all those gifted subs last Monday for our ARC stream. I really appreciate it. And a big thanks to anyone else who gave us subs, bits, raids, or just used their Twitch channel points in general to buy some rewards for either me or my friends here over the past week. Thank you all so much. I have a giveaway reveal. We are doing a giveaway here on the stream, so this won't be a Twitter giveaway, although you're going to want to keep an eye out. Make sure and follow my Twitter, because I'm going to be revealing the rules come Monday on how you can win this. So this is another dice bag, but this time it is a pineapple. Unfortunately, I totally forgot. It's green, which means it's not going to show up great on the stream. I totally forgot. It is a very cute dice pouch, though, I can promise you. We'll be posting pictures and stuff. The green doesn't show up, but it looks like a cute little pineapple. So if you like cute little dice bags or pouches and are looking to maybe have something to hold your dice or your TTRPG stuff, your maybe some miniatures in, make sure and keep an eye out come Monday. I'm going to reveal the sort of giveaway rules, and again, it's going to be something that is going to be a giveaway happening not over Twitter this next week, but the following week, this next Friday, on Twitch itself. I'll be giving that away, so keep your eyes peeled for the actual entry rules over there so you can get ready for next Friday's stream and hopefully win that. Speaking of, if you want a better picture of it, since my green screen stuff kind of murders it because of the green, just go over to Tisa's shop. She's the one who made this, and she actually has an extra one in her shop right now that you can go take a look at. She just posted it recently. Let's go take a peek over there if you want to grab one immediately. I think it's pretty cheap because it didn't take her too long to create, so if you want one for yourself and don't want to wait to try and join the giveaway, go support her, go check her Etsy page out. Give it a follow if you like the cute things that she's made in there, all kinds of crochet critters and stuff like that. And if you want that pineapple dice bag, go grab it. So thank you so much for that, Tisa. We are shooting for 400 Twitch followers and we're closing in. So make sure and smash that like button, or follow button rather, and turn on notifications for when we go live so you can keep up to date. You can always subscribe to get extra content as well. If you guys wouldn't mind reminding me to go raid somebody once the stream is over, I appreciate that. A huge thanks, as always, to Lazy Vengeance, Queen Gore, Luke, Moserell, and Carney Sideshow for being Patreon members. I really appreciate it. We have a Patreon now. It's got all kinds of cool stuff like a digital campaign guide no matter what tier you're at. Bi-weekly Wild Force campaign, so every other Sunday you can join me in a game that takes place in our world. There's also new physical swag that you can get your hands on themed after this campaign, Devils in the Details. So lots of cool stuff. Make sure and go over to the Patreon, just slap it in the chat, check it out. If you enjoy the stuff that's over there, go give it a peek. Also, if you want some physical merch but just aren't in the mood to become a Patreon member for whatever reason, go over to godmode.shop and grab yourself all kinds of cool stuff. We got t-shirts, face masks, face gaiters, leggings, all kinds of neat stuff over there, so give that a look, and we'll be adding merch as time goes on here. So keep your eyes peeled there. Thank you so much. We have plenty of ways that you can interact with this channel. One of those is the Twitch channel points. As you are hanging out with us, just chilling, you're building up your Twitch channel points, even if you're just lurking. And as you build those up, you can do cool things. You can see how many you have in the bottom left of the chat next to the purple weird bit icon, and you can use them to purchase all kinds of cool things. Just click on that purple weird bit icon and see all the rewards. Click on any of those for extra details. You can do stuff like give +1 rolls to people, buy curios to any of the party members, which gives them a single-use consumable magic item. There is big bullion packages, which now just directly translates into actual gold for the party members. All kinds of cool stuff. We have stream stickers, as you see them being slapped on here. If you're a subscriber, you get exclusive access to cute exclusive stickers like a chibi set of all of the characters here in our campaign, created by Bay. Make sure and go visit her Twitter over at The Arms Dealer, ARMES Dealer, and give her some love. And we also use a D&D Beyond plugin. Just mouse over the stream. You can see it over on the right-hand side. Give it a click to get a closer look at some of the characters, some of their stats, abilities, all kinds of cool stuff if you want a closer look at them. All right. Who currently has the Karma coin right now?
Not me.
Table.
No one. I used it right at the end of the session. I don't think
Oh.
we doled it back out.
All right. Well, fair enough then. It's in the ether. Why don't you, Slim, go ahead and give me a D8 roll, please? What was it 5?
5.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Karma, you get the coin.
Oh.
Just keep that in mind. You can grab it and slap it onto your thing if you want to.
Yeah, I'll grab it, slap it onto this thing.
Slap it onto the thing.
Whoa, hey, whoa.
There is no investment round since the players have a upcoming option with which they should likely be saving their money. So we'll be skipping that for this session. So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to dive into the intro. After that, I'm going to have us all roll some dice to see who wants to give the recap from. It's everyone's favorite part of the session. We roll some dice, see who wants to try and remember what the recap is from last week. We'll also give Vip that curio just after this title intro. Thank you so much, Mama Bear. So hang on just a second. We'll be right back. was no payment. It was simply 2 personal stories from the characters in the party, which both Cassius and Raphael delivered, which was enough substantial content to make Morgane happy.
Like
Didn't we also
500,000
all give
gold.
like 500,000 each?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Each of you who
Yes.
were present gave 500,000 gold. So yeah, let's roll some dice. He wants to give the recap.
Oh no! You just said it in.
I gave away the ending at least. Oh no. Well,
Yes. Yes.
I believe in you, baby cat.
Mando, what happened last time on
Devils in the details.
So, Resplendent fought those angel thingies, and she killed both of them. Right? She killed them.
Mm-hmm.
Killed them, yeah. And then we went back to her little base, and she told us that all the demons under her control were dead. And there was that old lady there. What's her name?
Udis.
Udis and her dog Broken Fang were there, and they both passed on. It was very sad. But moving on.
I like you remembered the dog's name.
Yeah, I know. Oh, she's now the Ender of Sorrow. That's what she calls herself. It's a little angsty, I think, but you know.
I bet she won't lie to us
That's what
twice.
we're going for.
I'm betting that she won't lie to us twice.
Then we went to the Dapper Devil and check on Lom, but it was burned down. So we met her at a nearby safe house thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I forgot. Did she say who burned it down? The demons, right?
It's the demons.
Yeah,
right?
Lom
The
suspected
guild.
it was the guild.
Yeah, and so we decided we're going to set a trap for the rock Shasha. Y'all know what I mean.
Rakshasa, yes.
Yes.
It's a difficult one.
And so we're gonna set a trap for them down by the docks at some point.
Somehow, yeah.
Yeah, and then Vip, Cash, Karma, Monifa, and Vip. Or wait, I already said Vip. Wrath.
2 Vips.
Vip, and Vip.
It's my favorite party.
They all went to the auction woman. Forget her name.
Morgane.
Yes.
We were on the cover at first.
And they were trying to buy tickets, but it became an ordeal. They had to like share some stories or something. But then we all got tickets. And that's it.
Pretty good, yes. Right? The Fae in D&D, man, are kind of weird. They're tricksy. In most versions, and in mine as well. I'm sure they were tricky in Luke's at some point. Did we interact with a lot of Fae?
Oh, my friend, we had a showdown, but that's another story.
In season 2, there was some Fae shenanigans.
Okay, so in Luke's campaigns, it sounds like there's some shenanigans too. Then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're very tricksy, these Fae.
Okay.
Part of the problem, you might say.
So very good.
Kidnap kids.
Oh gosh. Mine may not do that, at least in this in this arc.
It was just one town.
We'll get to the child abductors at some point. Thank you, Amanda. That was a pretty succinct recap. I appreciate that. So yes, you all left off just receiving some invitations in the forms of some envelopes given to you by Morgane, the leader, the Eladrin and Fae leader of the Curio Collective, who is this sort of elusive group of Fae who occasionally has auctions on some items of power. And in this case, she gave you each of these notes and told you all, or these envelopes rather, telling you that when the time came, which is likely when it is close to the time that this auction is to take place, which you all know is probably within, I don't know, we'll just say like 20 hours or so. It's a little less than a day left. That these notes will shift and change. There's nothing on them currently. They just look like a blank black envelope. But when the time comes, there will be some marking addressed on them that you can then open, and then inside they will reveal the address of where you should go to join in and participate in on this Curio Collective auction. And speaking of that, before we jump into the game, Nick, please give me a D10 roll. Mama Bear bought you a Curio.
Thanks, Mama Bear. That's an 8.
All right. Let me see here. Let me do the good thing and actually read it like a good boy. Okay. There we go. All right. Perfect. You find, Vip, in your clothing somewhere, somehow, a dragon's claw smeared with golden ichor. When held and activated, the Curio conjures a non-magical weapon of your choice.
These are great. They're good little Swiss Army knives. I like these.
Yeah. Just enough where, it's not, well, I say not game breaking, but I've already fucked that up. But yes, this is kind of the balance I'm going for. And yes, you had each received your letter from Morgine. Had that down pat. You had just talked to Lom. Lom said that she was going to transfer maybe a couple cratefuls of some unmarked material back to your dockyard area, where you have some rented out kind of warehouses. And you can do what you will with whatever the contents is inside of there. And yeah, you guys know that in 20 hours the auction is to take place. So with all that being said, what would you like to do?
I'd like to go to sleep. I'm very tired.
Actually, wouldn't mind getting another rest myself.
I'm
Let's go back
exhausted even.
Yeah.
Let's go back to that smelly warehouse and catch some winks before this auction.
Fair enough.
When are we gonna set the trap?
I suppose we could do that while they are traveling, because we are already here.
You do all of the trickery you wish.
I feel like that is what Raphael would say if he was here with us.
Oh, are we separate plate? I thought we were all together.
No, that's actually a good point. So ending the camp last session, it was the 5 of you who met with Morgine, but it wasn't OBs or Alloy. So that's a good point. Thank you for reminding me. Why don't we pick up, what were your 2 plans between the 2 of you while this whole Morgine meeting was happening?
I like to think that Alloy and OBs just argued about how to set this trap.
Well, yeah.
The entire night.
You had the ideas. I am here to help.
He's the muscle.
I'll say, did anything of substance come from it, or did you want to wait for everyone to regroup to have the kind of table talk?
I don't think that we need Bumbles and Fucks to help us set up traps. We are very good at these things.
Well, here's the thing: is was the dynamite delivered?
Are you guys? Let me ask this: where are you guys currently? Are you at the actual warehouses?
Yeah. Me and OBs are at the warehouse.
Okay. Yeah. You don't have anything yet. There has been no delivery just yet, but it's also likely been maybe like 2 hours since you met with Lom. So you imagine it may take a couple hours, if anything.
Well, then, if we don't have the dynamite, then I don't think we're setting anything up. So I guess we're just chilling.
This is true. I can make us some tea. And I raise up my little well in the middle of one of them, in the middle of one of the warehouses. Just
rise.
It always seems to be exactly where I need it. Come. I will make you tea with no special ingredients. Come.
Okay, sounds
Don't
good.
trust him.
He's gonna kill
I think
you.
that means there is special ingredients.
Remember last time he had everyone drink from his secret well?
That's true.
It's really good.
Is there anything actually in the tea, OBs, or are you guys just enjoying some tea?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You don't think so. It tastes normal, Alloy, as you guys enjoy some tea, kind of figuring that there isn't a whole lot of setup to be done without actually having the things you need to set up. So you kind of just go ahead and, after conversing and not really getting anywhere with any sort of preparations, decide to wait for the rest of the group to get here. Plus you need whatever explosives you're going to be getting as a shipment anyway, which you imagine will be likely arriving at least before the auction, you would hope. As this happens, if everyone else is happy to go get some rest before this happens, we'll just say that you traverse from Morgane's office in Halcyon Heights through the busy streets of the top side of Halcyon, the city of gold, and find yourselves back to the Gilded Harbor on top side. The Gilded Harbor is a little bit in the distance from the center of Halcyon Heights, so it's almost between the high-rise buildings where the sort of lower set artificial sun is. It almost gives the look of like a sunset area here. Is a mixture of actual sea vessels as well as spelljammers, some able to traverse water, are all sort of parked here and docked in the harbor, and you all arrive back at the warehouse. Oh, go ahead, Cassius.
Can we make one stop on the way back?
Sure.
I'm
Where
gonna
would you
swing
like
by
to
the
go?
Church real quick.
Okay.
The Church of Joaquin.
Cassius begins to head to the Church of Joaquin. Is anyone else going with him?
I'll go with him.
Okay. So Cassius, you and Raphael head there. Speaking of, as a little bit of a rewind, did you plan to carry through after that? Because we sort of got caught up when the Rakshasa surprised you all in your house, Raphael. Afterwards, did you want to just go ahead and say that you dropped off Kaiser?
Yeah, it wasn't going to be like a big story moment. I was just going to take him to the Shrine of Pelor and say, like, you guys have a new guard dog, Kaiser, stay.
Okay,
you know?
okay.
Yeah.
So he would follow those orders, and they kind of knowing you after having come in a couple times would or slightly reluctantly take Kaiser in, but still accept him. And they tell you if you ever need to come see him, he's here, and they'll take good care of him. So yeah, I just wanted to make sure and cover that, since he just disappeared sort of after that. So to retcon that, he is safe in the Church of Pelor. So yes, Cassius, you and Raphael head over to the Church of Joaquin. There are plenty of church grounds here, plenty of temples to go to, at least on top side here, Cassius. So you are easily able to find one and enter. It is pretty quiet. Other than a couple of people sitting in some of the pews. Of course, as with all of the churches here, the large, distinct statue in golden form of Joaquin in the distance, where people can kind of put some of their money as a church offering into the sort of rounded fountain area at her feet. There's a couple missionaries here and a few priests. So what would you like to do as you sort of step inside this area, Raphael or Cassius, either one of you?
I'm gonna head straight to one of the priests.
Okay.
Kind of just shadowing him.
Sure. Welcome, he says.
Thank you. I was wondering if you could help me send something off world.
What were you looking to send?
Well, I have a letter here. It's for a couple of people who used to live here.
Are they associated with the Church of Joaquin?
No, their son was. He was a newer follower, and they happened to leave a short time ago. I wanted to send a letter to them. I kind of mentored him, so to speak, and he recently passed away. A fiendish sort got to him.
I see. I am sorry to hear about that.
I'm gonna hand him 1,000 gold.
He takes it graciously, along with your letter, I'm presuming, that you're handing over?
Mm-hmm.
He looks at it and takes this and says, an offering to Joaquin, very gracious of you. What was the location you were looking to deliver this letter to?
The 1,000 gold should be able to cover the cost for it being just a letter. Anything left over is for the church.
Appreciate it.
Kerbita, if you could.
Kerbita, very well. And do you know the recipients of this letter? Whom should we look for once we reach Kerbita?
They were a duo that used to be here, Lamira and Lamberto Fortuna. If you could just address it to them. I mean, I'm sure it'll take a while, but I just want them to be at peace knowing that their son won't be joining them there.
Very well. I shall make sure that this money is put to good use and getting it safely in their hands. The rest of it will serve as a very kind offering to Joaquin. I appreciate it, my son.
I appreciate your work as well. Thank you very much. May Joaquin go with you.
And with you, he says, kind of looking at both of you, nodding.
Have you attended to everything you need to?
I guess you could say that. Is there anything you needed before we leave?
No, my mind is as unclouded and pure as always. I go into this final battle without burden.
I guess me as well.
Good.
If I look at it this way, either we die trying or we end up on the top somewhere, and I don't want my family to see that. Either way, I'd just rather them be at peace, letting them know that I had passed away.
It's a wise thing you have done. Peace of mind is a powerful thing.
Well, so sleep. Why don't we go get some?
Ah, yes. Raphael, still exhausted, follows him out the door.
Kind of leaning on a pew himself, kind of follows you out, Cassius, as you guys exit. And from there, I'll say, unless anyone else wants to do anything, we'll just say that you all reconvene back at the rented dockside warehouses that you have all gotten. Of course, from a session or two ago, you have basically 5. It's like 1 in the center of a couple and 4 surrounding. So you have quite a few larger areas with which to store, I don't know, any of assortment of things if you needed to, as you all regroup and find yourselves in the dockyards, reconvening as you all meet up again. So, what would you all like to do?
While they start to head to sleep, I'm gonna grab Vip for a minute and ask him if I can talk to him privately.
Yeah, sure. Good brother. How can I help you? You need me to run some errands, read something?
Seeing as how much we had to pay just to get into the auction, I don't know if you have enough money. I'm a little worried that whatever this box or this item full of the scrolls or whatever it is we need, I'm afraid that we as a group might have enough, but would you take a little bit more of my money? I mean, I know there's a plan at hand, but I'd feel safer if you just had a little more at the time being.
What a fucking question. Can I give you some money? Can I just...
Yeah, I can take the money for you. What do you want me to do with it?
Well, if we are bidding in an auction to win this item, I don't think we'll be able to raise our hand and say, "Oh, just a moment, please let me give my Fey friend over here the rest of my cash." So,
Highly frowned upon in auctions.
if it's a quick one and done deal, I'd rather you have a little extra money to complete the transaction, because without this, we're not going anywhere.
I agree. Thank you for adding to the pot. We're gonna need every penny we can get, so.
I'm gonna, I guess, similar to what we did before, just pull out my card and I guess press it to his and transfer 3 million gold.
Watch, Cassius, on your card as the numbers begin to rapidly fall, and then on your card, Vip, the numbers begin to exponentially rise, bringing you to how much gold total?
with that total, with the extra 3 million, I'm currently sitting at 4.9 million gold.
Nice.
Not including everybody else's.
Okay, I was about to say.
Well, okay, then what in total then, I should say?
With the extra 3 million would be, I want to say 13 million.
It's a lot of million.
What you said last time. I think it's 16.
Is it 16 million now?
Yeah.
Dude, are you keeping track of this or not?
I wrote it
Gotta
down.
keep track.
I wrote it down in the Discord. I'm trying to find it.
Write it down. Yes.
It is written down.
Okay.
I believe 13 was the answer because yours was an extra. You had 3 million in your bank.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that makes you the richest man on Halcyon.
Well, he's gonna spend his. So. What is your total at?
My
Sorry, cash.
I was at 7. Now I'm at 4.
Okay.
A lot of money.
I'll post it in the chat just so we all have the same notes here.
If you're only at 4, who's got the next most?
It's not me.
Because we gotta spend like all of this to make this work. If you're at 16, he's gotta spend 12 at least to make you up top. I'll give you my 2 million to hold on to cash, so you're at 6, so he only has to spend 10. And then hopefully we don't have to worry about the money after this one passed.
We can only hope.
I have 3 million. Do we need it? Does somebody need it?
I'll take it.
I'm just being overly cautious and thinking that we're gonna have one shot at spending this money and that we need cashes to end up with the most. So the more that we can give cash, the easier it is gonna be to hit that target.
We've only got one shot. Do not miss your chance.
Not miss your chance.
Are you guys giving it to Cassius or Vip?
I've given my 2
Vip.
million.
Right? Vip has been the one that's keeping all of our money. Yeah.
He's gotten a bunch of it, but that's what I'm saying. I think that we're only going to have this one chance to spend this money to balance out our gold deposits.
Yes.
So that's why I'm saying any extra that you do not need to carry, we load onto cash so that it's an easier target to hit.
I
to
see.
make him the most.
I don't even think I have 1 million anymore, so that's not me.
Okay.
1.6.
I mean, I currently have 1.9 million of my own that I was just going to put into the pot for us to win the thing.
To win the thing. The auction?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't have to worry about your money. I'm just going to say what I'm doing with mine is putting my eggs in cash basket.
One way to put it.
Yeah. I'm not advocating that everybody needs to do that, but I'm trying to make it easier down the road.
Makes sense to me. Just want to make sure the figures are right.
Yeah. I think we should be good at 6 and 16. Because I imagine 10 million is not going to be difficult to spend there.
Nope.
So 10 is about the minimum that we want to spend, but that is, minimums.
Right.
They're dubious at best.
It's an auction, you never know.
Yeah.
So, after that conversation, everyone, most of you feeling slightly still tuckered out, decide to go ahead and take a long rest. Yes. You're welcome to skip that, any of you who want to, and go do other stuff. Otherwise, we can just say that 8 hours passes. Everyone can refill their HP, get all of your spell slots back. If you had any leftover exhaustion, that's gone. Otherwise, you are refreshed and rejuvenated.
I can infuse something during a long rest, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
think
the
I
one
can
item you can switch and change.
Okay, I will be infusing a ring.
Ooh.
What you infusing it with?
Hold on, let me see if I can just display it. is a spell refueling ring.
Ooh,
So
nice.
I can
cool.
Interesting.
refill a
That is
spell slot.
cool.
Pretty cool. Little extra gas poured
Pretty
inside of a
epic.
ring. Yeah. Very cool. You kind of spend a little bit of time over this kind of extended rest alloy, just kind of enchanting and tinkering with one of the rings that you wear, imbuing it with some arcane restorative powers. All right. 8 hours passes. As you are all pulling yourselves back from your either sleep or just general kind of relaxation over the 8 hours, enough to count towards refueling your HP and stuff like that, there is a knock at one of the doors to the warehouses where we'll say that you're all resting.
Which one? Is it the one that we sent? We sent them all to different warehouses. Which package is determined by which warehouse is getting the knock?
Are you guys all staying in one?
I think we would have split up. We've got a couple tiny huts.
So
Between the three of us.
if you each split up into a different warehouse, then we'll just say that at the same time each of them get a knock.
Well, excellent. My dolls are here.
As you open the doors, OBs and whomever else goes to check it out, there is a couple of dwarven shipyard delivery men who, and well, one of the warehouses, a delivery woman, and they are delivering. They turn to you and say, "I believe this is your delivery. Don't have any markings on it, but if you don't mind signing here," they say, kind of holding a pin up your way.
Yes, of course. I know how to do that.
Very good. Very good. Make sure you don't leave them, sticking out in the middle of nowhere. Place them in the warehouses you've currently rented. Otherwise, have a good day, sir.
So, okay. Insight check.
Sure.
He said warehouses.
I mean,
Please. Wait, was this the dockmen or the delivery folk?
It looks like they're dock workers, but who also can offload and onload stuff. So it doesn't look like anything out of the norm, at least on the surface. I'm required to say that as a DM.
Yeah, fair enough.
What's up, Queen Gore?
That one looks pretty good. I'll take the 18.
All right. Yeah. It seems like they're pretty oblivious to what is inside. You actually see there's a 3 or 4 crates, and now kind of stepping outside of these, you may kind of notice, let's say, 1 or 2 other members of the party stepping outside of their warehouses, and you can see there's quite a few crates that are laid around here. The crates stretch up to about 5 feet, by 5 feet or so. And between all of the ones you're seeing delivered to your warehouses, you can probably count that there's 20, 30 maybe. There's a lot. All unmarked, just completely covered in wood and sealed pretty tightly for whatever reason. The paperwork that you signed was pretty just like by the books, almost generic. Didn't mention anything about the delivery other than that you were to sign for it, the investors. And so displaying your signatures on there and doing that, the delivery is processed and the dwarven dock workers / onloaders, offloaders bow to you and head off.
Alloy's gonna go up to a box. I mean, does it look normal? Does it look like I would expect?
It without any checks, it just looks like a standard sort of like delivery crate. Nothing out of the ordinary.
I've got to investigate it.
You need
Make me
probably some
nervous.
type of crowbar or something to pry it open, because there's no easy way to peer inside.
Yeah.
That's 28 investigation. So
Yes, of course I have crowbar here.
Seems pretty tightly shut. You get the sense that this may have your items inside, but of course, as Obiz is mentioning, as he kind of tosses a crowbar over, they are securely encased in these large nails that hold them in place. You'd have to pry off some of the planks to look inside.
Aloy's not very strong, but she'll try to open it.
You
Sure.
have advantage with crowbar. It is leverage.
Yeah, give me like
true.
give me like
That's
an
true,
athletics
actually.
check at advantage.
17.
It's a very strong cat. With physics.
Are you doing this right outside here, the docks area?
Obese is pulling him in. He counts as large when it counts to moving stuff, so he can move stuff
Okay.
quite big.
I
mean,
won't.
if nobody's around, I probably would have just popped it open. Right
Yeah,
there.
we'll say you
Obese
can
would have
pop.
picked you up by the scruff of your neck and put you inside the warehouse. No, we are
Mama
patient.
cat.
We are patient. We do not ruin surprises.
What's up, Tiberius? You're pulled inside. There's no check to get these inside, OBs. You just take the time to do it. They're all pretty heavy. After he
Sure,
sort
it's
of,
not an acrobatics check.
I was gonna make that joke. As you push all of these into, like, your warehouses have the standard like single door entry on the side, but there's also the very large sort of like gate that you can kind of like lift up, the sort of like shed door that you can lift up and push in some larger material. You know, this is likely used for maybe some larger spell jammers and vessels and stuff like that. And so you get most of the crates inside. I'm assuming everyone's going to push their crates inside of their respective warehouses, so they're each dispersed a little bit in each one.
Sure.
Sure.
All right. Amanda?
I mean, I think we haven't talked about it yet, but I think eventually all these crates are going to be together.
We'll everyone come gathered.
Yeah, let's
Emily
do
is
that.
going to tell us plan.
Alloy, as everyone sort of gathers up from their rest, you use your crowbar, and with that 17 athletics check, you're able to kind of pop the top planks. And as you pull the top planks up, you peer inside, kind of brushing away some hay. And at first you're a little dismayed because it just looks like a whole bunch of boxes of labeled wine. But as you sort of scrape and claw at it a little bit just to see maybe what is underneath, you notice that these are just sort of like placements on top, and they are just hollow. And as you push them to the side, you see underneath just rows and rows of sticks of dynamite.
Nice.
That's a lot of dynamite.
As you we'll just say check one more, because you guys ordered a couple extra things along with this, you're able to discover in one of the crates in the same warehouse where everyone is meeting are a couple different things. There is quite a few elongated fuse cords if you wanted to maybe tether them together. There is a actual plunger if you wanted to attach any of those to the plunger. There's a couple different wicks and stuff like that, and if there's anything else that you were specifically looking for, we could see and maybe figure out if that would be in there. So plenty of tools if you wanted to maybe take some time to set some stuff up. So yes, as all of you gather in, Alloy double checks, and you do all find that all of your crates seem to be filled with copious amounts of dynamite explosive, as well as a couple different tools depending on how you'd like to maybe set things up in a trap-like manner.
Aloy, do you have this? I'm not accustomed to working with explosives.
Aloy's just like looking in the box. She's just like,
Okay, all right. No open flames. Got it.
Is everybody together now?
Yeah, let's just say we are. It's easy.
It's time.
Yeah.
Everyone's together.
Making sure. So, Obese?
Yes.
What are you thinking?
I thought you had planned, but if you do not,
Well, I have beginning of plan.
let us hear. All good plans start with beginning.
I mean, I think it's pretty simple. lure
We blow up
this-
the Batman.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm sorry, it was wide open. I had to think.
We lure this rock Sasha, which is a word I can totally say. And we use all of it at once.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
But how are we finding this thing and how are we getting it here?
That is another good question. Well,
previously we had thought that perhaps they were waiting for us in one of our abodes. After all, they were waiting for me in my apartment.
yes. Who would be closest to here living? Who did that? Made sense.
Yes.
Whose house is closest to the docks?
This is top side, so there is Alloy and Monifa's place in Halcyon Heights. Karma, are you located on top side or Lux?
Yeah, I'm topside.
Karma is probably somewhere relatively close by, and
Yeah.
Vip's offices are somewhere around here. I mean, I would leave it to you guys to decide whoever wants to be the closest.
I don't mind.
I believe that Vip's offices will have nice cover to stop an immediate attack. That way we could bring them in. Does anybody else believe their home may be the same? I believe 2 strokes of avenue is the best way to do this. No, you think it's dangerous to go to Karma's house, Alloy, your warehouse?
Are you saying go 2 places at the same
Yeah.
time?
Oh yes, we can split 2 teams and come back. We have double the chance.
We only have 1 bundle of dynamite, though.
Only we bring them back to here's. Yes.
Are you saying we use ourselves as bait and run from the Rakshasa back to here?
Well, I know the Rakshasa want us. Is good bait.
I don't know if we could outrun a Rakshasa, particularly if they use some of their mind enchanting magics on one of us. That completely throws an entire wrench in the whole plan.
There's also like more than 4 of them, right? Like it's like 4 or 5 or 6 or something like that.
We're hoping to get one.
We do just need 1. Yes.
Oh.
Well,
I assume the place we led them to is where the dynamite would already be.
yeah,
Not
okay.
lead them
So,
to places.
hold on. The idea was that going to these places would be casting the line, and then we'd reel them back to the warehouse.
It's the reeling that I'm worried about.
Yeah.
Normally, when you're fishing with explosives, you just light the thing and drop it on the fish. You don't reel in the fish and then blow them up on land.
Yes.
I'm saying we should blow up Karma's apartment.
Oh,
Oh no.
You
Why
would
don't-
say that. You would say that, wouldn't you?
It's the most pragmatic way to do things.
well then, whose
We gonna-
house is the least populated to be blown up?
I mean,
Yeah, I feel like there's a couple. Karma has neighbors.
I
I'll
don't.
find
He definitely
Cassius.
I don't know if I have any neighbors personally. It's kind of an abandoned building. They just gave me the bottom, like, storage room.
Oh, that's even better. That will amplify the explosion.
I mean, dropping an entire building on them does sound like a lot of fun.
Oh, sold. Sold.
What if we get them here some other way? What if they just find out that we're here and come to investigate?
I
Do
actually
we
think,
have... Go ahead.
I actually think this is safer plan than detonating in downtown. Yes, this seems bad.
How do we leak the information to them and get them to come here before the auction then?
OBs? Can some of your people do it? Talk very loudly. about this?
Actually,
I mean,
does somebody have the criminal background feat where they can pass messages? I don't think I
I have
have
criminal spy. I do.
that.
my
I
God.
have contacts, but they are only these 3. I only know so many peoples. If only we had some sort of contact with Spider.
Karma may know some people.
Yeah, I can get the word around. Maybe present my face in a place or two and walk away or something.
Oh,
We
This
could
would be
ask one of the
helpful.
dwarves down here just to go down there and knock on the door and say, hey, your package is ready. It's down at the docks. It's too big to haul.
Wouldn't want to put any of the doors in danger, though.
We can try this too. It is just one life. We were
No,
all thinking about blowing up downtown, so I don't see how this is much worse.
let's try the whole word of mouth thing.
To get them down here to the docks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this sounds good to me.
Okay, so we're trying to blow them up inside a warehouse, right? That's what we want inside.
Yes.
Yes.
Make sure to put the holy water in there because it's not as flashy as dropping a whole building on them.
Oh, yeah. I'll go
How do
ahead
we-
and... Oh, go ahead.
How are you going to detonate it?
Well, we have...
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, we have wire and a detonator.
Obie's just kind of like cracks open a crate like with his bare hands, like he'd like open an elevator from the inside. He's like, look, and he pulls out mannequins of each of you.
Oh, the mannequins, right.
Wait, what are the mannequins for? What part do they play?
They look pretty
Well-
realistic
They could be
compared to each of you.
This is
Strangely enough.
weird.
Why
can
did you
make-
do this?
Well, because they know we know that they want to touch us. Yes. So why,
Why is
not
my
give them?
shirt unbuttoned?
Well, because it was a long trip. Listen.
Alloy is holding Vips like a baby doll.
Hey, that's kind of cool.
Listen.
All right.
Point is, we rig them to explodes on contact, yes? The TNTs, the nitroglycerin's very volatile, yes, explodes.
So
What?
is there or is there not a detonator?
Yeah, Jason just
There,
said
there's a
detonator.
plunger in there. Yeah, you
Yeah,
could attach
okay.
it to a
Plunger.
plunger.
All right.
If all things go worse, here, Vip, show them. Vip
Uh,
grabs onto either side of the terminals. We did this earlier.
Yeah.
And he and healthy. Always works.
But the mannequins, what were they for?
Ta-da!
Well, so he said that the Rakshasa always like want to touch to cast spells.
Ah,
yeah.
okay.
Well, I'd rather not be touched, even if it is to set off explosives. Especially if it was to set off explosives.
We should put them in the cots we were using.
Ah, this is a good idea. I was just going to have them stand having social hour.
That, I think, would be probably pretty obvious it wasn't us when they didn't hear us gabbing.
Well, I can do mini voices,
Oh,
but that is fine. I like your
No.
idea better. Makes more sense.
Oh, bees, you are so cool. Well, thank you, Raphael. I agree.
I mean, I think you guys do have magic to do that.
We do.
That wasn't my plan, but that's now my plan.
Does this warehouse have like a how tall is this warehouse?
It's pretty tall. It's
Inside.
probably like 30 feet up.
wait a minute.
Does
30,
it have
30
a
40 feet
second-
up.
Does it have like a second floor, like any kind of second?
There's
scaffolding?
yeah, there's like a wooden
Catwalk.
set of stairs that leads up to like a semicircle scaffolding that runs the back end of each warehouse.
Okay.
Well, and we'll
So I
say
see-
it's 40 feet up, just so there's plenty of clearance.
And I have a scroll of creation. Can we bring one of the mannequins to life?
Aloy, you're not.
Wait, isn't...
Hold on.
Isn't...
Yes, yes, very much.
Oh my god.
Wait,
What am I?
Let's
Why
just-
have you
let's
brought
just-
me to life?
we must stuff it full. Oh, or should we stuff it full of dynamite first?
Oh,
This is dubious. I will show you mannequins and dynamite.
all right. Let's rewind here. Creation doesn't bring mannequins to life. That's awakening.
Oh, Oh, what is creation?
It makes fake gold or precious metals or gems or whatever to trick people with.
No, I think we can set them up in their cots. Wait till nighttime. What time is it, Jason?
Well,
is it morning?
this is
There's no
top side, so there's never any nighttime.
Well, you know. Well, that's even better then. We can do it whenever.
Anytime is the right time here.
Yeah, that's true. And then set the crates around the cots. And then somebody hides up in the scaffolding. And then they blow up.
Perfect.
It's a good plan.
This seems
Good enough.
very well thought out. I don't think anything could go wrong, so.
Excellent. Assigning the duties.
Alloy, make a investigation check real quick.
This is a bad idea.
26.
Ooh.
Your plan, Alloy, is to lure them into one warehouse where all the mannequins are set up.
Yeah.
So with 30 crates stacked full of dynamite, you get the sense that whoever is going to activate this probably does not want to be in the warehouse because this is going to be a very large explosion. This may actually damage your other warehouses from the impact of this blast.
Yes.
It's going to be big.
I will sit in next warehouse. Yeah, it will be maybe okay.
Are there windows on the warehouse?
Sure. Yeah, there's windows on first and second floor.
Okay. Okay.
And
guys,
and there's like a grill if you wanted to close it and open it. So it's not like people are staring inside, looking at you all holding dynamite and mannequins of yourselves like some weird, not safe for work party.
There's not people just like right outside our warehouse though, right? It's
Not
kind of a
really.
private area.
It's a pretty populated dock area, but most people are onloading or offloading on their own vessels. There's a couple people who do have some of the warehouses here, but no one's really bothering you. You guys are kind of out of the way.
Oh, I mean, Allie wouldn't want this. If she knows the blast is that big, she doesn't want anybody else to get hurt, like outside the warehouse.
You would imagine probably not from the traffic you've seen. The other thing is, if you set this up in the center warehouse, you can surmise it. The only thing that's going to get damaged if it goes beyond that is probably the other 4 warehouses you've rented. So no even damage to other property if this is done right.
Okay.
Is it? Sorry, real quick. Is it clairvoyance that gives you the Kilrog's eye or whatever?
Yes, but it only lasts for 10 minutes, so...
Oh, God.
Yeah. 10-minute cast, 10-minute duration.
Well,
It
if
is-
we use
concentration.
all of this, it's gonna be a really big explosion.
Yes, excellent.
All of it.
Yes, we do.
Have you worked
Listen.
with explosives before? You're not the professional. She is.
I've worked with fiends before. You must scour them to the last molecule. Their ashes are a blight to this world. Everything must be destroyed.
Okay.
I mean, if there's more than one,
Who's
Even
doing
if
the
we just
detonating?
get one.
what'd you say, Carmen?
Who's doing the detonating then?
Alloy wants
Do
to.
you have a safe way out of there though?
She'll be in the different warehouse.
Oh, all right.
Jason, what kind of skill would govern doing a plunger to detonate explosives at a good time?
Well, my question, now that you guys have sort of hit this area, is to be, with this in mind, Alloy and everyone else, how would you go about setting this up? Are you just going to put a couple different crates and disguise them near each of the like hammock-like areas where you're putting these decoys?
I would like to think that the hammocks are like somewhat close together.
Okay.
Like not super close, but like somewhat close together. And like by every hammock, there's like a couple crates, just like kind of natural looking. Like
What
not,
is
like,
there anything?
just
What do you
crate.
what do you do to disguise them? Do you just leave them there? What do? You Do you cover them in anything? Cast magic on them?
Does anyone have any woodworkers tools or weavers tools?
No.
No.
I almost took woodworkers tools, but I didn't.
This would have been the one time in D&D where it would have come in handy.
Well, this is kind of what I'm thinking, is that we kind of like set up these like little privacy separators between each of the bunks, and then no matter which one they check, they're right next to some fuck you dynamite. We just have like some stacked columns like that.
I mean, these aren't unmarked boxes. I wasn't gonna like really disguise them. I guess maybe we can throw like a blanket over them.
I'm not saying you have to. I'm just trying to get a clear picture of your setup is all.
I think I might have an idea, something we could send in there. To help detonate. How about a specter or a spirit?
What do you mean?
What?
Yeah.
Expound.
What's that?
Well, Joaquin's given me a few tricks to play around with. Remember when I bought that gold skull? It's a component to summon undead. I could summon a spirit just to fly straight through the wall and detonate it if you want. Or to trail them in there.
I believe that... I think we overcomplicate this.
Yes.
I think we have solution, but it would not help. It would not hurt to have them on sentry duty. Maybe give them a false impression of that being our only security.
Arma.
Yeah.
You said you had a scroll of creation.
Yeah.
You could... What if we use that to make some sort of like straw or sand or something around our bedding area so we could hide the detonator wire, and if they're invisible, we could see them moving through it.
This is something I wish to do, is mark all doors to this effect.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's up to you. It's your scroll, but we could use it.
It's not my scroll, my friend, so let's use it.
All right, let's use it then. So if it's like straw, it makes 5 cubic feet, which is a lot of straw, and it lasts for a day, according to the creation spell. So we're not going to be in danger of it running out.
This would be good for bedding, and then I can find something to mark the doors.
More straw.
Well, I was thinking like flour or something that would quickly disperse.
Wouldn't flour be more suspicious? I guess not. It's a warehouse. I was thinking, what is the least suspicious thing that could be in a warehouse? Sand, flour, or straw.
Yes, I think you are right. I think the flour might be suspicious, but the sand and the straw I like.
Let's do the straw. I like that.
The straw it is.
Arma's gonna hand Raphael the scroll of creation.
All right then. Prepare yourselves. The Lord of Summer provideth, and then a giant hay bale appears. It's a giant 5-foot cube of straw.
It is true what they say. Never mind. Like that. Hay is for horses and straw is free. Buy off Darning. Get all 3.
I have spun gold into straw. Take it as you will.
Oh, very nice.
So Raphael will like try to help scatter some to like maybe like both add to our bedding to make it look more realistic and to cover up the detonator wire. I presume there's some sort of wire.
Yeah, there's you go ahead and do that, and then yes, in the box of extra supplies that you, Alloy, and Obese purchased, there is a long fuse that could be attached to the dynamite in the crates relatively discreetly, and with a little hay could be disguised.
It'll make it to the next warehouse?
It is
Like,
as
it's
you
really long.
you're like you unwrap it as it's coiled up like a snake and realize yes, this is very long and would even travel into another warehouse nearby.
Okay, sweet.
You must get away from explosion, little one. These must be long cords. I also wish to point out one thing, that these cats have been very crafty, and no offense, and I think that we should also put some bombas in the warehouse you will be hiding in. A fail-safe, as it were. If they come for you, you have some respite.
Wait, whoa, but that means she'll have to. So you're saying she would blow herself up?
Oh no, not that much.
No.
I'm not hiding alone. I thought you were gonna be there, obese.
Yes, I will.
Ominous.
Pay no attention to my tone. It was just, I thought I was going to say more.
I will. I tell you what, young one. I will be at the ready as soon as you hit the plunger. I will cast a dimension door on us and whisk us away to safety. Hopefully, the blast wave does not reach us by then.
Okay.
No pressure.
That sounds good.
So, all explosives in the center warehouse, surrounded by the hammocks of the decoys, covered in a number of created pieces and parches of hay surrounding them.
Alloy went ahead and put the holy water just in,
Yes, good,
miscellaneous
good.
crates. Although it's gonna be such a big explosion, I don't know if holy water's even gonna do anything.
It's
The-
a thought that counts.
It will most likely evaporate on explosion, but that is fine.
You have
Holy
discreetly
mist.
attached all of the crates of explosives to this long tethered fuse that you can run to the plunger. How do you run it from this warehouse to the other?
Probably with some sort of check.
With a tricky cheat check.
I'll take a check, or if you guys just have a way that you'd like to do it.
I am good at the, let's see, the forgeries?
No.
I will write a very nice letter about how they should ignore the wires.
If this was a different,
put
much
it-
more popular game, I would totally accept forgeries. But this is our game, so we make sense of our roles.
Hey, what about Smith? Anybody got Smith's tools or like tinker tools to like pull up some floorboards and like run it under the street or whatever?
I have both.
Oh, well, yeah, you're an artificer. You've got like everything.
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan, Alloy. Now that you have that in mind, if you'll give me a check, you could use.
would you like?
I would say if you're trying to do this discreetly, I would do sleight of hand using
makes
either
sense.
your tinker tools or the other tools, but do it at advantage because I think you're trained in both, right?
Oh,
Yes.
if you are not trained in sleight of hand, I can give you advantage, or I can give you guidance.
Well, I
She's
think
already
I-
got advantage.
Yeah, I got advantage because I'm
Oh, okay.
trained in. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna use Smith's tools.
Okay,
Right.
fine.
Um,
Then you can do that check at advantage with your sleight of hand.
ooh,
And the D4s.
I'm gonna. Oh, D4.
Yes, I give you guidance. I am telling you very much where to do things. Yay!
And I'm gonna add a +1 to that. So that's gonna be 18.
Thank you, chat. With about an hour, we'll say, of sort of working from this warehouse to the other, Alloy, you have successfully been able to drill with your smith's tools a small hole at the base of the warehouse and worked out the fuse wire pretty discreetly, and have actually been able to remove some of these sort of just like base dock tiles and stonework, and have actually been able to slowly run a small little what's the term when it's inside not outside, convex or concave? Which one?
Cave is in.
Convex is out.
Cave is in. Okay, yeah, you do like this little U-shaped concave hole through the ground and run the wiring through it, and then once you've run it to the other warehouse, you kind of compact it again with stone. Pretty well, at least from what you see here, covering it back to where it's not noticeable. But you know a secret fuse runs from this warehouse where the decoys are over into the one adjacent to it where you have your plunger stored. Is it bottom floor or the top balcony?
It's just gonna be bottom floor, I think.
All right. There'll still be a window on the bottom floor to look into the other warehouse.
Gives me the best view. Does the top floor have a better view?
I mean, top floor would technically probably give you more view.
Up high, it will be safer by a little.
Yeah, I'll do top floor then, as long as I can just see the cots and everything
Yeah.
really well.
You just kind of discreetly run the wire from the base up to the second scaffolding area, and there you set the plunger and attach it with your check pretty succinctly, and the trap is set.
It's been set. This is just to future-proof this. I'm going to say this now so we don't have to worry about it later. When they climb up, I am going to put a potion of slipperiness underneath them so that they got at least one more layer of trick up like Rakshasa.
Brilliant. Sure. I'm also up there with Aloy, and I got an invisibility spell ready to cast on me, I guess. For whenever we feel like they might be coming.
I can make you invisible.
I get one for free as well with my instrument. So don't sweat it.
Karma, what do you do to spread the word of your location?
Karma Tycoon's on a nice vacation. She was able to buy a whole warehouse. That's right, the Dapper Devil blew up, and now she's on vacation. I'm bragging about this to my, let's see, features and traits, to my criminal spy people.
You got a couple connections in town that are a little below the board in terms of maybe lawfulness. Maybe some connections you made during your time working with Lom and the Scorching Quill, who maybe done some work for them, but maybe not necessarily affiliated with them. You begin to spread the word. Another female tiefling, this one in blue, who takes a drag from a Magisig, says, "Sure thing, hon, I'll spread the word."
Thank you.
Wait, so where is everybody else gonna be? Where are we meeting up? Where are we going when this is done?
So I don't mind, like, while I'm in town, I want to show my face, walk back to the center warehouse, and then go in and the dimension door out into another warehouse. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Where's everybody else gonna be, like, hiding though? Because everybody needs to be probably fairly well hidden. Maybe in a hut or something.
Yeah. So we'll just whichever warehouse Karma ends up in.
There's a rope trick that Vip has.
Yeah, actually, it'll be better than my
God says.
My huge well. Yes. We will wait for Karma to return, and then we will hide in rope trick.
We're doing this in the center house? Hiding in the rope trick?
No, because that's where we're blowing everything out.
Okay.
So...
Well, rope trick, it should prevent damage, right?
Yeah, but we don't want you to come out of rope trick and do a big flaming hole, you know?
Yeah.
Wow, thank you.
Wink.
No.
No.
Okay, so in one of the other warehouses, or just...
Probably the best bet would be in another warehouse.
Okay. All right.
I see that wink. So, with the plan set in motion, we had some pretty big vagaries last session. Now it seems like we actually have a pretty cemented plan from the group. And Karma has come up with the smart idea to actually use herself to lure them here. Otherwise, you would imagine they would catch word from Karma spreading it, but would be unsure at what point they would return to the docks to try and find you all. This way, she can actively bring them to you at what you assume to be a time you all can decide. So with all of those plans set in place, and we'll say you have like 12 hours left before the auction meeting, what would you like to do?
Like an ambush safely?
Yeah, I think we have to be like Johnny on the spot here, and be on rotating watch until we see signs of him. I don't think anybody else has anything to do before the auction anyway, right?
No.
All right.
So, Karma, do you go ahead and proceed to head out
I do.
into the city streets?
I wear my furs.
All right.
Yes.
I will
ahead.
send my retainers to watch from afar.
Nice.
All three. They probably are indeed somewhere more safer than my house to be.
Oh yeah, and side note, Serene is. Well, I sent her somewhere far away. She's not. She's not here.
I'm going to Cancun, bitches.
Yeah.
All right. Remember, Aloy, count down. Give me like a 3, 2, 1.
Uh-huh.
And on 1, you're gonna hit the plunger, and I'm gonna cast the spell, right?
On 1. Yep.
On 1. Okay.
Your retainers... Oh, go ahead, Aloy.
Oh, I was just gonna say I cast invisibility on myself and also see invisibility.
You can only concentrate at 1 at a time.
Oh, they both
See
concentrate.
invisible is not concentration, I think.
Oh God, it's so good.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
Just duration 1 hour.
Yeah.
That's great.
I'll cast mine on Wrath.
Ooh, nice.
Well,
Okay.
It has not helped me spot them yet, but maybe this time.
Obies, your retainers would ask if there is a way to keep an eye out from a distance on Karma as she makes her way through the city streets, and if there is a... But they ask you if there is a way to notify her if they notice anything, as if to get her to go ahead and head back to the docks.
You are all spies. I don't understand why I have to teach you how to do your jobs. You stay out of sight, and then if something goes wrong, you start making a lot of noise. She will know that something is wrong. Just general ruckus is going to be your cue to get the fuck out.
They reluctantly agree.
We have done many of these things. Why is this that you forget me now?
I'm a young kid. I don't want to die, Otto says.
Well, you will not be dying. I cannot make you do something. I cannot make you do something that will make you dying.
I work for you.
He's putting us in harm's way again.
Now you starts too? You have cooked for life.
Oh, Bees, were you the one who tried to kill me originally?
I do not know.
That'll have to be
I
another
do not
side
make
story.
the murders. I just make the bodyguards. Did you try and kill someone I was protecting? Maybe. Could be. I snap your neck. You looks very skinny.
Okay. Karma, do you head out?
I head out.
You head out with the retainers. It is Otto. What are the other two's names? I'm sorry.
Otto, Fern, and Roshin.
Fern, Roshin. Okay. The three follow
Lots
along.
of Irish names.
Yeah. They follow along with you, Karma, and just, of course, tell you they're going to keep some distance. If they notice anything strange or like you're being tailed, as if to notify you to maybe try and work your way back to the docks, they're going to cause a stir and commotion.
Can I suggest to them, do they have any? I would assume they would have spy shit on them. So, I don't know. Instead of shine something in my eye, do the reflective thing. So
they agree that they are way happier to
I
do
tell them
this
not to
than
tell
making.
Obies that they had to do this.
They tell you, of course not.
We totally got this. He's a fucking hack.
A giant fraud.
Exactly, like my best friend said.
Okay, you guys.
So after that is settled, Carmen, you begin to head into Halcyon Heights. Or just Halcyon in general. Making your way through this crowded and packed city streets. Are you doing anything in particular other than just sort of doing your hip sway walk, just trying to make your face known throughout these streets?
I screaming on the inside. I want to just keep my eyes out for any wily cats or anything following me.
Sure. So first I'm going to say give me a performance check.
Yeah. Cool.
Just to try and make sure you are a face that is being known throughout these streets.
The first one is the first one.
Oh, pretty good. 24. People take notice of you with your rich, luxurious furs and stuff like that. As you move through these city streets, your boots with the fur. Kind of just strutting your stuff, making yourself look known. Occasionally in the distance, you can see one of the 3 retainers just sort of shadowing you, keeping some distance, but almost sort of triangulating around you so that they're kind of keeping eyes everywhere else. And then on top of that, I'll go ahead and ask for a perception check to keep your eyes out as you do this.
I don't know why it's rolling twice, but that's a crit.
Oh,
Another 24.
Shit.
Nice.
Let me take this roll twice thing off.
After about 20 or so minutes moving through the streets, you actually realize that you kind of passed by your residence, not too far away from where you are, a couple blocks, kind of just doing the rounds. It is at this point that you do notice a creature that seems to be shifting around on the roofs of some of the golden homes nearby, that occasionally you just see the silhouetted shadow of a figure, almost like a blur, transitioning from one rooftop to another. You know that this is way out of place for Halcyon. There's not, other than just construction workers, you don't really see a lot of people just meandering on some of the more vertically natured high-rise buildings here of Halcyon. But it does seem to be tailing you that you're able to pick up with that natty 20 check.
Okay, well, I will turn around naturally and start heading back to the warehouse, and if I happen to catch a glimpse of one of the retainers, I will send them a message. I think I can do that. Let me see the range on this. But I just want to kind of naturally...
They're all staying within 30 to 40 feet. And it doesn't...
Okay.
It actually looks like you may have noticed the thing tailing you all before they did.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, these are cute, these retainers. I like them a lot. I message whoever I see, let them know to steer clear, and I'm making my way back to the warehouse.
You watch as you deliver this message over the next 5 minutes. As you kind of lock eyes with one or two of the retainers, they don't acknowledge your message, but you do watch very quickly as they sort of disperse and disappear into the crowd.
Can I act as their subconscious and say, all right, well, we'll keep on pretending like we're following you that way. Maybe if you notice us, he'll follow us, and maybe we'll buy you a minute.
They say that.
Okay. I continue to swagger back onto the warehouse.
You swagger back. You even take a second just to double check. You kind of take a corner turn and make your stretch a little bit longer, just making sure. And as you sort of just out of the corner of your eye peer up, the silhouetted shape of what looks like a humanoid figure up on the rooftops transitions across the rooftop over the street in a blur that few people can see, and is continuing to pace behind you very slowly.
Oh, this is creepy. All right. Okay.
Like some kind of big cat or something.
It only takes another 10 or so minutes. keeping your eyes open, just being very careful as you kind of push your way through the busy city streets. Tisa just gave you a +1 to one of your rolls, Karma.
Thank you, Tisa.
That you find yourselves entering an area that's a little less congested than the downtown city streets, and finding yourselves entering into the harbor district here. Just in the distance, a short walk over, is a series of warehouses where you know some things are set up.
All right.
You look behind you now, realizing that most of the buildings of the actual cityscape of Halcyon have sort of disappeared, giving way to the dockside area here. And as you look around, you unfortunately wonder exactly where that shaped, silhouetted figure went.
All right. So the center warehouse, going to the center warehouse. Got it.
You continue to walk along. At a certain point, those of you who, is everyone, so Alloy, you, Raphael, are in the plunger warehouse adjacent to the main one, right?
The plunger room.
Yeah, the plunger room. Everyone else, where are you guys?
In the furthest place that we could get to be safest from explosion inside Vip's rope tricks.
Okay.
And just as a side note, Sparky and Barksworth they're with everybody else.
Okay. So you guys are probably not even in any of the adjacent warehouses. You guys are probably just off, probably somewhere still in the harbor. As a matter of fact, you all see Karma passing by, just trying not to pay attention to you as she does. And you guys get the sense that it may be time to probably road trip now.
Yeah. So the plan is that Karma does know where we are hiding, though.
Yeah.
That our destination is known to her.
Yeah. She sees you guys as you pass. You kind of just trade quick glances before trying to continue to pass along.
Yeah.
So Vip, are you activating your rope trick so everyone can get inside?
Yeah, everybody come on up in the treehouse.
Oh, exciting.
Everyone climbs inside. Karma, you continue to make your way down, beginning to work your way through these sort of narrow passages between the sort of just uniform warehouses that make up the dockside here. There isn't a whole lot of people here. This stretch is mainly just to store seagoing vessels and repair them on some of the built-up stand-up structures that are in the warehouses, kind of make sure they're all in good repair before getting them back out on the waters. So there's not a lot of traffic that it sees the place here near the warehouses. And you guys are on sort of the far end too. So it's pretty quiet on this side. You can still hear the sounds of conversations in the distance and the gulls. But it seems at least out of the way of most of any innocent bystanders or anything like that. You worm your way, finding yourself at the entrance to the main warehouse. What would you like to do?
I want to take a quick glance around and see if I see anything.
Give me another perception check.
Nine.
It is vacant over here. Not a single bystander that you've seen. Quiet. Almost serene if it weren't for the circumstances.
Okay. I would like to fake a sigh of relief and unlock the door.
Ooh. So vulnerable. Safe.
You can hear the sigh waver. I'm so relaxed.
You
Collected.
push open the door to the warehouse, kind of seeing the facsimile of all of your characters resting in their hammocks set up with a couple different areas of hay that has been spread out across the area, covering some of the crates and stuff like that. After you enter, where do you go?
I don't want to get too close to the mannequins because I don't want it to be obvious. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I'm going to kinda I mean, I'll sit like away from the mannequins and pretend that I am sewing something on my coat.
Okay. kind of take a nice little seat, kind of just pulling up like a bucket or something simple to kind of just sit down on, clean your boots.
Yeah.
Kind of working on them while everyone else rests in quotation marks in their resting spots here.
Why, I wish we had a chicken machine by now.
Alloy and Raphael, you guys are on the second floor scaffolding of the adjacent warehouse. Both of you make perception checks, please.
Ooh, I don't have disadvantage on this.
No longer,
Yeah,
no.
feels good.
Oh,
I'm sorry, I had you guys suffer that for as long as you did.
I'll add a +1 to that. I'll add my last +1 to that for a 14.
Nice. Amanda?
Can I of genius? Did we determine we can do that after the check?
You have to do it after the check. You wait and see what your result is before Jason tells if it's successful or not, and then we can decide to use it. Oh, jeez.
Wow.
Jeez.
21.
Glad she's paying attention.
Yeah, Raphael, you're trying to notice anything, but the sort of like glare from the distant artificial sun, sort of on almost lowered on the horizon, just sort of coming up over the top of the warehouses, is kind of blurring, shining in your eyes.
Gloriously incandescent.
Alloy, you similarly are just throwing up a gloved hand to sort of cover your eyes, and just at the top where your finger rests over your eye, you kind of shift it a little bit, and in front of the artificial sun, over top of the warehouse that Karma's just entered, the silhouette of what looks like a humanoid figure floating through the air lands on top of the warehouse.
Oh shit.
Oh my god.
Do we have a way to message Karma? Raph, can you message Karma?
I can message her.
You're in a portable hole and not here with us.
We didn't think this through.
Alloy.
I have message. Can I see Karma?
I'll say that you guys have left the grills open on the windows in a way that, because you're on the second floor scaffolding, you can see Karma kind of just pretending to work on her boots inside.
I cast message, which I do have.
Go
ahead.
So you do this, Raphael, but before you do it, I'll just say, because this is happening very quickly, as you notice this Alloy, this figure landing on what looks like the roof of the adjacent warehouse, you see another one land.
Oh yes, this is an ideal scenario.
2 more land for a total of 4. As they do this, you can kind of see their blurred, silhouetted forms. You know, it's kind of like looking at the sun, where your eyes begin to have that sort of just leftover, just sort of brightness in your eyes. So you're trying to begin to blink and pull your eyes away. But the last thing you see is these 4 figures cuddle up together, and then they vanish.
What? Oh fuck! I.
So you do this,
Karma.
Raphael. Yeah.
4 inside. 4 on the roof may have teleported inside.
Oh, she needs to go now.
Okay. All right. I will stand up and
Karma, make a perception check.
Oh.
To see the claws entering your throat.
I want to use my +1 on this.
Very good.
12.
You hear the sound, the subtle sound of a door handle being slowly turned.
Which
Get out of there!
The
Not
front
sure.
door?
Yes, it sounds like it's coming from the front door. You then begin to hear the slight wooden groan of the door being open.
I teleport.
You teleport. Where do you go?
I dimension door to where I knew everyone was hiding.
The rope trick area?
Yes.
Okay, you, with a flash, find yourself standing next to, I'm assuming this spell has just a piece of rope hanging out from, what is it, like a hole in the air?
It actually slurps back up like a piece of spaghetti.
Oh, does it? Okay.
Yeah.
So you're in the area where you know that the others cast this spell then, Karma. You just don't see any remnants of it. But you're fairly removed from the area you just were. You're still in the docks, but you're kind of at the edge of the warehousing. So you're pretty far away from where you just were.
Okay.
And you know that this is the area where when the others decide to get out, however they decide that they'll probably appear here.
That I have is not putting a bucket of water on the door. But that's okay.
No, that would have tipped him off. They would have known we were coming.
I totally agree.
I pat Aloy on the shoulder and give her a bardic inspiration and say, "Now watch closely."
On one, right? One? That's what you said.
What?
Oh,
On one.
Oh, yes, on one.
Did we see anything, Jason?
The both of you continue watching, keeping an eye on the adjacent warehouse as you watch Karma quickly teleport away. It's quiet for the next 30 or so seconds. And then you are actually both able to see, although you don't see the forms of them just yet, you can actually see the bottom area where you've kind of placed the hay out. You can see the hay being shifted on the ground just a little bit. And then...
we have see invisibility. We still don't see him.
No, you don't. What level is see invisibility at? Let me ask that.
Oh yeah, they have like magic immunities.
They're sneaky shits.
Oh, that's true. Okay, well that's fine.
Well, what level is it? Is it higher than like 5th level?
It's 2.
Okay.
No, it's 2.
So you don't see anything up until you now see 3 forms of what look like the members of what used to be a shipping company, a feline shipping company, the Rakshasa. 3 of them appear in this adjacent warehouse, and they are very close to your hay doubles. They kind of begin peering on. It almost looks like they're talking, probably trying to instigate those of you asleep. What would you like to do?
Make a really quick check to see if I know where the 4th one is, if I can see him at all.
Sure, you can make a perception check.
19.
You're inspired if you want. If you want to use it, you could save it.
I'll just add a +1 to it. It'll be
Ooh.
Sure. For a total of 20?
Yeah.
Your fur kind of stands up. You have a great opportunity here, but you do realize one of them is not with the others. You saw 4, now there are 3.
It's fine. We'd only hope to get 1.
Hands on the plunger, Alloy. You take just a quick peek around just to make sure everything is okay. And then you notice the door to your warehouse is open.
Blow it up.
No!
Oh, 3, 2, 1.
With a quick yell, you push the plunger in. And in the distance, you can hear the sound of a massive explosion that roars through the area.
Oh yeah. As soon as I hear the click of the plunger, I'm already casting fucking dimension door on us to the rendezvous point.
Oh yeah. Doing this, both of you quickly jump through the dimension door, and as you just actually exit it, Karma, you seeing them appear right next to you. Pieces of debris, a bit of like stone and wood, just sort of splatter against both of your backs as the dimension door closes behind you. Karma, you all can still hear the sound of the explosion in the distance. Can feel the rumble and tremble of the stone of the harbor beneath your feet. And you can already see, although you can't see all the way to your personal warehouses, you can certainly see a roiling fire beginning to arise and ascend in the air in sort of like a mushroom-like cloud before a large smoke trail begins to continue to ascend into the sky. You hear a lot of screams and yells coming from a number of the sort of dock workers and people nearby as they all begin to point and look worriedly over in that area.
We're fucking criminals.
Did we did it? Did we do it?
I mean,
There
it
was
looked
one
like-
more.
What?
I don't think there was one more. I don't think he was in there.
It's fine. I think we got 3 of them. There's no way they survived that.
Okay.
There was one that was sneaking up on us, but we escaped before that.
Great.
I mean, I don't think we should stick around to find out.
No. We should actually get out of here. There's probably a lot of confused and angry people.
Can the people on the rope trick hear us, or do we need to like message them or something?
We can see out of rope trick.
Oh, I give him like the all clear, like the
Yeah.
the come out signal.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I think as soon as Karma starts flipping us off, we can know that it's time to go. Oh
guys-
shit, that was big booms.
There's
Okay, so there's still one out there.
quite a few people
Oh.
beginning to run towards the explosion. Some dock workers, as a couple different Halcyon residents, and people who probably have some boats around here are sort of like huddling together and pointing and looking that way.
Now, I know none of you want to hear this, but I think we should try to verify that 1, the 3 of them are dead, and 2, we should take this opportunity to smite the loner. It is our best chance. Just remember, they're immune to magic, so any sort of magic we use must be focused on preservation and strengthening our own selves.
That's all I got. I got mouth and I got magic. I ain't got nothing else. I got boring. I got nothing else.
Raph's got a fucking fire in his eyes, and he's running towards the door and like trying to egg people on. Like, come on,
no.
there's smiting to be done. Let's go.
All right.
Obies does whatever, jumping off backwards and looking at Karma and said, boomerang is better than nothing.
It's true. It is.
So where are you going, Raphael?
I want to gather the group. I don't want to run off by myself, obviously. But I
Sure,
wanna,
sure.
Obies is on your tail one way or the other.
I want to run towards the warehouse that Aloy and I were just in because we saw the door opening. So that means there's probably one still there, at least.
I really don't think we should do this. I thought we were just gonna try to get what we can and then go.
But this is such a golden opportunity. We could finish them off in one stroke.
Hey, do you guys want me to go check the bodies, see if they're all bodies?
Do not go alone.
I have dimension door, and there's people coming my way anyway. There's like tons of bystanders. I'm sure that's okay.
What is? I'm curious because this is going to be relevant. What does Manifa think?
About the explosions.
Monifa is sleeping right now.
Oh, okay.
Monica.
Monifa's.
All right.
She
What
thinks
does
whatever
Vip
you
think?
guys plan.
That's just crazy. But
No, is Vip like on the like we should escape camp, or is Vip more like the we should finish off that last one camp?
I mean, if we're tally ho to go do it, I'm all for it. But
Great. You volunteered. I cast protection from evil on Vip. You're our frontliner.
I'm the front line. Wait,
You're
what?
the frontliner. I have blessed you with a holy aura that they will not be able to assail.
I've been waiting for this day,
I'll be leading from the back.
as true leaders do.
Indeed.
What?
You just never mind.
Okay. I'm on it.
This feels so voyeuristic.
He finally likes me. Flying forward.
Hey,
Vip,
I'm sorry, what are you guys doing? I missed it.
I cast protection from evil on Vip because I want to fucking finish off this last one that was sneaking up on us.
Okay.
Vip, you and Raphael kind of run forward. Vip leading the pack. Anyone else going with them?
Yeah, actually, not for nothing, but, you know, I have the knives and he has the bow. Is this the way that you want to do this? I mean, it's your plan if you have the ideas.
I forgot you had knives.
They come and go as soon as I close my hands. It's easy to forget. I do not hold them on my belt.
Vip, I'm very sorry, and I put the magic on. I put the magic on obese. But just listen, you're small. You're a hard target. You'll be fine.
You'll be dipping dives, moves and grooves.
You still like me though?
Oh yes.
Okay.
We wish you to stay more safe than be in danger to be safe from protection of evil.
Right.
Oh.
So we're not all going?
No, we're all going.
Okay, good. All right.
Raphael.
Alloy doesn't want to go, but she's gonna go with the group because she doesn't think we should split up.
We need Barksworth. We need him.
Okay.
Alloy reluctantly accompanies you as you, Raphael, Vip, are you still going? Obese.
Yeah, I gotta help my friends.
Okay, Vip kind of following along, staying close to the others, and then Alloy following behind with her constructs. Moving in, you guys have to kind of push through some of the crowd, the onlookers that are around here, and as you begin to edge your way up towards the sort of smoldering crater that was left from the explosive blast here, you see quite a few dock workers. A couple of them seeing you approach kind of throw out their hands and say, "Whoa, no, you don't want to go in there."
My daughter!
Oh, he's lying? Oh,
I'm an inquisitor. I lie all the time.
His daughter!
Please, I have to rescue my daughter!
I also choose his daughter.
Make a either deception or performance check.
I think this is pretty deceptive.
It would be deceptive, but
I give you advantage if you need it.
Oh, nice. Okay. How's a 27?
They look to you and like look at one another, these two male dwarven dock workers, and sort of like talk to each other really quickly amongst one another, and they turn and say, "All of you go together. Now watch the smoke, it'll suffocate you. Quickly, in and out, the fighters will kill you."
Absolutely, we will remain safe. I just must rescue my daughter. And we just keep running.
Yeah, they sort of just let you pass. They're not like guards or anything, so they're sort of like, they're trying to protect people, but they're not going out of their way to force you to stay away, so they kind of just let you pass. You move through and can kind of see the wreckage now. Huge pieces of just like thrown up stone that made up the foundation here of the docks, as well as just plenty of just wood, and the heat, the temperature around begins to pick up as you near the sort of smoldering just like blast of what is left of the warehouse. There's just like the back edge of the main warehouse. That is all that is left under a refuse of just fire and wood. You can actually see the 4 adjacent warehouses that you also rented, including the one that you were in with Alloy, Raphael. The good thing you dimension doored, because the entire wall that you are all set up against is entirely collapsed and blown in from the blast. This was huge.
Awesome. It's a good thing I was there. You would have been a crispy kitty.
You see the scaffolding sort of torn down and thrown across, and you actually see that the door that Alloy had noticed was open from the warehouse that you were in. It is actually torn off of its frame and kind of thrown across the room, and is kind of snapped nearly in two.
Shit.
You can make perception checks if you want, or any other check if you're trying to hunt this thing down.
I would like to make a perception check for sure.
Sure.
I'll assist.
Yeah, and anybody there too, yeah, of course.
But you should make your own. Yours is probably higher, Vip.
Okay.
18 from me.
All right.
You still have inspiration, Aloy, if you want. Oh wow, we all did pretty damn good. Jeez.
Yeah, all right. Everyone does pretty well, but doesn't notice anything other than Vip. Vip, you notice turning a interesting thing. Everyone around you here in your party is looking at the actual sort of wreckage and stuff like that, And your keen eyes picking up all of this, but also just sort of looking back and seeing the crowd of people and onlookers, you actually pick up something that no one else does. In the sort of chaos that is happening here, there's a number of people that you notice every once in a while. One here, one there. It almost looks as they are being pushed aside, like someone hurriedly moving through city streets is like shoulder checking them. But as this happens, you don't see any person there, and you notice them sort of looking around confused and turn to maybe another onlooker nearby and question them, or sort of just look around before their attention is drawn back to the chaos. But it seems as though whatever this invisible figure is that seems to be just pushing through the crowd is making their way away from the warehouses here and into the general vicinity of the docks. You kind of get the sense that they're probably making their way towards the exit.
Does it look like we could reasonably give chase?
It looks like you could track it with Vip's good 25 check, but you would just have to keep in mind that it seems perhaps even purposefully be moving through a crowd of people, kind of keeping close to where others are.
So noticing that, can I track my favorite enemy of fiends?
Oh shit. What does that do?
I am able to... Where is the actual one? It's not favorite enemies. I was looking for it as I asked for this. I'm allowed to see if they're in the area. It's Raphael's Lantern, but it's one of my class abilities.
Nice. Nice. I just want to see the reading on it so I know what cool stuff that gives you.
Primeval awareness is what it is. Beginning at 3rd level, use your action, expend 1 ranger slot, focus on your awareness for 1 minute, spell slot expended. You can sense whether you're following types of creatures present within 1 mile of you. Aberration, celestial, dragon, elemental, fey, fiend, undead. This doesn't reveal the creature's current location or number, but I am able to see if I'm within a mile of it.
Nice.
And I use that to try and follow.
Sure. I'll say you can use that, and because it doesn't really give you any mechanical type of advantage, I'm just going to say that gives you advantage on your survival checks to continue tracking it, because it's difficult as it continues to kind of very subtly worm its way through a distracted crowd here.
I'm also going to inspire Vip for sure. So both Aloy and Vip are inspired now. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm guessing that Vip tells us what he sees, obviously. So Aloy's gonna be like, but wait, we can't. What are we doing? We can't attack it out in the open.
Why?
Because people might get hurt.
Not if we're not using spells, they won't. Oh, Bees, you can control your knives, I presume?
Yes. I have made him appear disappear.
Well,
he's just squeezing the air.
We need to check if the others are dead, don't we?
It looks like there was no way they could have survived that. It was a smoldering ruin.
There'd be bodies.
Would there? Demons usually discorporate, do they not? Return to the abyss? Either way, even if they survived, surely they're not in that wreckage anymore.
Okay. Guess we're following.
You continue along with Vip's lead here, kind of taking over the mantle of doing the tracking here. Give me a survival check, Vip, at advantage, to continue tracking as it begins to leave the harbor and move through Halcyon city streets.
Oh, yeah, you're inspired. Hit that D8. Smash that D8.
Whoa.
Oh, nice. That's the kind of bonus you want to get.
Or Ranger.
+2 wisdom, Ranger.
You don't hear that often. Let's appreciate it.
Yeah, this is a Ranger appreciation episode.
Yeah, there we go. We had to have one, right? So no one gets pissed off. So there you go. Yeah, Vip, you're able to actually keep track of it. And again, it's difficult because you just can't see it, but you're able to see just the telltale signs. Someone kind of slowly being shifted out of the way, or a Halcyon Gazette page kind of just flowing through the city streets, slapping onto what looks like a invisible leg before peeling off as the invisible figure continues to shift through the streets. You lead it through, you follow it, everyone follows it pretty discreetly along 1 block, 2 blocks. About 3 blocks in, Vip, you watch as a sewer, like a sewer plate that is at the top of the streets here, is pulled and lifted up discreetly and pushed to the side. And with that, after another 5 or so seconds, you watch as the lid of the manhole cover shifts and is placed back down on top, back where it was.
Fuck these guys. I cast light. Let's go.
Can I just clarify how long we have until the auction?
Oh, yeah, that is a good thing to check on.
You guys
we don't
have
go
like
to the
10 hours
auction.
left.
Okay.
Oh, plenty of time to smite a fiend.
Okay.
So how do you guys do this? You all meet up at this manhole cover. What do you do?
I cast
Raphael,
light. Oh, yes?
this is a fucking sewer.
Yes, it is. I have prestidigitation. I don't care. I'll clean everyone's things so you're nice and presentable for the auction tonight. We can't let him get away.
Who's to say that he's not leading us to a den of demons? You gotta think with that smart head of yours, Angel Face. He's going to a safe place. 3 of his friends just got wrecked.
I thought the plan was we can take out at least 1, and we were gonna be happy with 1. We took out 3.
Raphael kind of has a crazed look in his eyes, and he grabs Aloy by the shoulders. When the prey presents an opportunity, you can't let that kind of thing go. Can Karma make a persuasion check?
I want to make a persuasion check. Yeah, I want to use my wild magic thing to give me advantage.
Oh god.
Bitch.
And I
You
use
got
my
your
plus
karma
1.
coin too.
Oh, I give him. I want to use the bad karma on Raphael.
Oh, okay. Bad karma, Raphael.
Okay. Sure. I was just gonna see if he believed it based on your performance. I wasn't gonna roll against you. Jason, is there a way you want to do this though?
Oh
Would that
man,
make sense?
persuasion versus what? What's your motivating factor here?
I mean, I think I just role play the character, right? Like,
what's
depending on
like
how
a
persuasive she
what's
is.
like a will saving throw?
Acrobat.
Oh, okay. Okay. Well, that's if she has advantage, 22. Yeah, that's gonna be, let's say, a wisdom save. So I'd have to like crit this twice if I have disadvantage from the karma coin. I mean, stranger things have happened. Let's
just see.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
All right. So
I relinquish Aloy's arms and says, "Fine, I may have gotten a little overzealous, but you have to admit it was a good opportunity. I'm sure we'll see them later on this evening.
Yes.
Thank you for keeping me from getting skewered by chasm demons again, Karma.
Anytime, my friend. Anytime.
I just get so filled with holy vigor that sometimes I can't help myself."
You do often, yes. We know.
hey, the good thing is the disadvantage from the bad karma means that you gain control of the karma coin.
Oh shit!
Guess.
Nice.
Or Raphael. Alloy, were you gonna say something?
No, go ahead.
It seems as though, although you're not 100% certain, but judging from the sheer volume of that blast, you had to either have killed 3 Rakshasa or, at the very least, injured them relatively severely.
Well, they won't be at the auction tonight, that's for certain.
One may have seemingly got away through this manhole cover you all stare at, but it seems as though you are at least able to get to 3. 10 hours left until the auction. Sounds of the people and the smells of the food and fine pleasantries being dispersed around, of rich folk all around you, nobles and others of Halcyon streets fill the area around you. What would you like to do?
Applebee's?
Definitely.
A long rest. Is it 8 hours?
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind another long rest to get my spell slots back.
I hate to be that guy.
You can't take
but
it so close.
You can only benefit from a long rest once every 24 hours.
No.
Sorry.
Amanda trying to cheat over here, I see.
Well, how many spell slots did you use?
2.
Hey, you imbibed a
Oh,
ring, didn't you?
Oh yeah,
I
you
did.
got the ring.
Yeah, I can use the ring.
Yeah.
From 1.
Nice. I mean, I did use a 4th level spell slot, but that's probably for the best. It got us out of explosion range, which, yeah, seems good.
Probably helpful, yeah.
I mean, does anyone have anything else to do, or should we just, like, lay low until tonight?
Yeah, you're
Maybe-
all welcome to fast forward time. I just want to check and make sure. Don't feel bad if you want to just skip ahead.
Where are we gonna lay low? Does anybody have a...
Yeah, you guys get the sense that you no longer have a place to hang out. I was waiting for the after plans once you blow up your home location, but
I mean, would it make sense to go back to, like, could we go to my place? I mean, no one's there now, right?
I hope
Actually,
not.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that.
Obese would venture a guess to say, he proposed that the Applebee's is public place. I mean, at the very least, he can only take one of us really quickly.
Also, it's got rooms. We could buy a room there.
Oh,
True.
Applebee's his neighborhood.
What is the actual name of the place, Jason? So we stop calling it Applebee's.
I mean, at this point, it's just Applebee's. I totally forget what the
All right,
original name is.
It's Applebee's.
It's Applebee's,
with
but
an apostrophe.
I
in
was
front
gonna
of it.
say it's spelled in some stupid English sort of syntax.
Please.
Please. You get your streaky wicket on.
Okay, all right.
We're banned.
BBs.
Yeah, so you guys, if you want, can all head there. It is on Lux, and you're all able to head there using one of the turnstiles, leading you to the underside of Halcyon from the top side. Lux area where it is much more darker and slightly more cozier. There is less volume of people around this area, and you are all able to successfully make your way through the less cramped streets of Lux and find yourselves at the Applebee's.
Well, this calls for a celebration. I mean, it might be a little premature. We don't have the item we need from the auction, but I would call that a success. Aloy, Karma, Obese, what a plan. Flying colors it went off with.
And flying roof tiles.
Aha! Indeed.
Explosion.
Chicken for the table.
Chicken for the table. Never said a word.
Well, so kind and generous. Oh, Eloise.
A very friendly waiter
Explosions does good things to you.
takes your order and collects at this point a amount of gold that's so paltry I'm not even counting it, and brings a table's worth of chicken for you all to feast on.
Nice. Can this count as a short rest?
I will say this, yes. If you guys will take an hour to just hang out since you have some time to spare, this can count as a short rest.
Sweet.
Kevin's
I just
taking
want
one
my
right now in real life.
Hey! Pow, pow, pow. I just wanted my inspiration back.
Sure. You guys kind of spend just close to an hour or so enjoying yourselves. Compared to what just happened, it feels much more relaxed here. Everyone's heartbeats kind of lowers from the activity that just happened an hour back. Some of you maybe sort of keep the eyes in the back of your head, waiting for any sort of city officials or any type of reinforcements or guards to appear, but nothing ever really seems to rear its face, especially in a kind of smaller, darkly lit tavern like this as you enjoy.
You know, thinking about it, I probably shouldn't have been so boastful around town saying that I was the one who bought the dock warehouse, because that bill's gonna come back to me.
Well, that's your problem.
That's... I saved your life! Raphael, I saved your life!
Yes.
You
I'm
owe
sure
me.
there's insurance money or something.
Yeah.
No, you know, but I'm dead. I died in the, yep, I'm dead. Carmen died in the warehouse.
Perished with my long lost daughter. What a shame.
I've
Yes.
seen ghosts. Maybe Lum helped pay for these things. We didn't take a lot of her enemies with.
She absolutely will not pay for this, but we can try.
Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
After a hearty meal, everyone feels full and sated. Service at this kind of hole-in-the-wall spot that's still not bad by any means, but just maybe less visited from some of the more extravagant ones. But still pretty good for an out-of-the-place one. It has been tasty and satisfying. There is 9 hours left.
I pray for the remaining 9 hours.
I think we would get, Kara would buy a room if there's a room available here.
Sure.
And
They mentioned that rooms are scarce. They have 2 on offer. It's so minuscule, don't worry about paying the gold, because who cares? You have millions now. There are 2 rooms they mentioned. They're small, but after you sort of just mentioned your party size, they're like, you'll fit. It'll be a tight fit, but you'll fit.
Oh, okay. All right.
And they show you upstairs behind a curtain. And yeah, these rooms are nice, you know, probably modest here on Halcyon, but still extravagant for any place off-world. So you're able to come in, size slightly smaller than some of the rooms you're used to, but everyone's able to gather together between these 2 rooms, you know, relatively comfortably. You don't really have too many belongings on you anyway, so... And then, yes, if you all would like, we can just fast forward over these 9 hours. Does anyone want to do anything, or are we just skipping ahead?
Only thing, since we have the time, we don't gotta go through it. I'm just gonna go to whatever holy place is nearby. Doesn't even have to be Pelor, and refill my holy water. I'll plop down the 100 gold I need to get my full stack of 5.
All right, you're able to go and finish this up and do this and regain your holy water in your vials.
Yep, that's all.
Everyone
Hey.
Oh, go ahead.
Just as a side note, Barksworth is at 50 out of 52 health, but we've had a long rest and a short rest. Can I just put him at full health?
Yeah, I'll say you mended him or whatever to pop him back to full.
I mean, I can roll something.
I mean,
you're good.
At this point, you don't even need to roll. You can just mending on him.
Yeah,
until
yeah,
he's
mending
back
would
full.
just fix him up.
That's true. Okay.
Really, the only thing you need with mending is just the time to do it. So if you're out of combat, pretty easy to use a little bit of your magic palm, kind of putting over some places, using your wrench with the other hand, and kind of fixing them up back to full health. It is about the final hour before the auction meeting is supposed to take place, when, as you each, just through your general relaxing, notice that on the envelopes given to you by Morrigan, scrawled onto the front, where there once was nothing but the blank white or black of the envelope itself, in gold are the letters, "You're invited," in common.
Well, then. Shall we?
Let's put on our best and let's go.
Some of
Raphael
you
does not change his clothes.
as you guys open the envelopes and peer inside, it unfolds into just a sort of black parchment. And on the parchment, it relays to you, asking each of you in common to head for the Gilded Harbor and board the luxury vessel, the Gris.
Ooh.
We gotta board another vessel. I don't like boats anymore.
How
All
very
right.
fancy.
Well, let's go.
Let's go.
That's the way.
You guys begin to head that way. To get back to the harbor, you head back to the top side, making your way there. Let's move some of these, move these out of the way. Hang on. It's like a slideshow here.
But
We're all
memories.
just going through all these places.
Yeah.
La-da-da.
It's like the Scooby-Doo transitioning thing. You use a turnstile, arcane elevator to make your way from Lux back up the top side, and within the span of 20 or so minutes, find yourselves back at the Gilded Harbor. You see a number of Wakinar guards who are sort of standing around talking to a couple different citizens around here. You can see that the docks are still open to the average citizen, but the entire space that makes up the area where the dock and warehouses are, you notice is just completely off limits. Not the dock itself, I mean the actual warehouses. So you can reach the dock still. There's a couple questioning a number of different members, but unless you guys kind of do anything out of the ordinary, you kind of are able to still just pass through. You make your way to the docks, where you finally are able to see on a plaque on its side is the luxury vessel of the Gris. It is a relatively large vessel. It's got some good size to it. There is a Fey-looking Eladrin who's at the end of the docks, kind of next to the ladder that leads up onto the actual surface deck of the Gris here. And it is very difficult. It's got some pieces of what look like detachable sail or wing-like sails on the sides, and there's actually two. It's like a steamboat where it's got those kind of wooden rollers that run through the water on its sides. It is pretty large, and from this area you can't even see on the surface deck until you crawl up aboard. However, as you approach, the Eladrin looks to each of you and says, "Welcome. If you wouldn't mind presenting your letters before I allow you on board."
Of course.
He takes each of them. Is Raphael, you didn't dress up in any meaningful way. Did anyone else? Or Luke, did you actually dress up?
No, I just cast prestidigitation to clean my
Okay.
my leather jacket, and that
Sure.
was it.
All right, so a slightly cleaner Raphael. There is a difference. Okay. Did anyone else try to disguise themselves in any way or anything like that?
When we went down to the market, I thought we got different clothes.
We did, but that was for the first meeting with the... And Raphael already had to spill the beans on who he is, so he figures there's no point in him disguising himself.
But we can still go disguised if that's what you think that you want to do. I think that's my karma might do that because of the rush to shash.
We're not precluded from doing that, are we? Fucking all dress up.
Sure, I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
I mean, Alloy has a disguise kit. She'll probably use that.
Okay.
I'd go in as is.
Oh, Karma's gonna use her.
What? Say it again, son? We only caught the end of it.
Did you say you're going as is?
Yeah, I said I'd just go in as is. I wouldn't do anything. I mean, just clean up so I don't look like I just crawled through an explosion. That's it.
Okay.
Sure.
All right.
Alloy, with you being disguised, what are you doing with Barksworth and Sparky?
I want to bring them with.
Pull them up so they fit in your pack.
I mean, Sparky can. Yeah, Sparky can go in a bag.
Sparky can, yeah, Sparky can hide. I'm not saying you don't have to. I'm just saying if you're trying to plan to hide them in any way or just bringing them with you.
No, I mean I want Barksworth with me. Is it like super weird for him to be with me?
No one seems to care. The Eladrin doesn't stop you if you try to climb up the ladder and help Barksworth up along with you.
Yeah, I mean as long as it's not like super like out of the ordinary or anything.
Yeah, no one really pays you any mind as you do.
Yeah, he's with me.
Sick.
You all begin to pull yourselves up onto the deck of the Gree. It is a luxurious boat with plenty of open area on the surface deck. There's even a sidebar over to one side. In the other side, here on the top floor, there seems to be a nice hot tub. At the front of the deck, you notice it almost looks like the facsimile of a beach. Sand spread out over the wooden deck, and beach chairs, along with what looks like a pretty realistic, if not actual, palm tree dug into the surface of the deck. There are some structures behind you all as you climb aboard that resemble towards the back of the top floor here, or the top deck here, that kind of resemble like smaller houses or structured areas that you could go into. And you notice a number of figures surrounding you. And I will change the map eventually here, but let me just kind of paint this picture really quickly. As you all look around, you can see a couple different creatures that seem to make up this area. You see a male gnome with a monocle, what looks like a female Aarakocra, a female Eidolon, as you kind of are peering around. And as you're looking around, it doesn't look like there's a ton of people. Stepping out from inside a set of double doors from below you, entering onto the top deck, is both Morgine and Dandy walking along with her. As they stop, everyone kind of notices, after they are all looking at you guys bored, kind of turn their attention to Dandy and Morgine. And Dandy looks to all of you and says, "Welcome. Happy to have you all aboard. Tonight, I have the prestigious honor of being the host for the Curio Collective's auction." "If you'll take it away, Morgine," Danny says, kind of throwing his hands her way. Morgine says, "Thank you. The ship will be taking off on a whirlwind tour of Upper Halcyon during the proceedings. There will be 30 minutes while both Dandy and I finish preparations for the auction, during which time you clients are allowed to enjoy yourselves here on the recreation deck. We welcome you and are happy to have been able to bring you aboard." As Morgine finishes this, the ship begins to pull away from the harbor. The sounds of people in the distance sort of talking in a loud manner, and the huge plume of smoke rising into the air begins to fade as the ship takes off without too much trouble. As it does, it continues to tread water until you feel the boat rock a little bit, and as you all peer around, you notice the boat is now pulling out from the water itself and beginning to move through the air. You all realize this is a spelljammer.
Oh, it's a spelljammer! Yay!
Fascinating.
These soft sounds of just some kind of classical music begins to splay over nearby what looks like kind of arcane radio. and you all find yourselves on top of the Grigri here. And I'll change the map so you can all see now. I should have pulled this map up. It's the bottom of a very long list here. Give me folders, Roll20.
For real, though. Not for maps there aren't.
No.
That'd be great.
They added those?
No, you're right. Correct.
Oh, okay. I was like, hey, it'd be cool if they added them.
No, I was just thinking like, oh, I have all my pictures, and my maps and pictures and folders. Oh, wait, you mean the bar.
Ooh, fancy.
Look at that boat. Now that's a nice boat.
From this distance, flying over the topside reservoir, the artificial sun in the distance, covered in some of the high rises of Halcyon Heights from this angle, gives the look of sunset as the soft golds paint over the area of the sky and the top deck as you all peer around. Let me see here. Morgine continues as this was all happening, and she says, there will be 7 curios that everyone shall have the opportunity to bid on. Each of the curios will have a starting bid minimum, and bidders who have no challengers will win the curio. You will use your bidding paddles, and we will only be pulling money from individual accounts. No group bidding.
We've prepared for this then.
The proceedings should take only around 30 minutes at most, at which point the Grigri will touch down back at the harbor and you shall all safely exit. During the auction, no trickery, magic or otherwise, is allowed to win/steal the magic items on display for the auction. Doing so will incur punishment.
Ooh.
We will fucking kill you.
Well as disqualification from the auction. Morgine stares each of you over, her tall, slender form and prying eyes looks across her landscape here, and she says, it is due to a few particularly interested parties that each individual finds themselves here for this event. I would ask so that you all at least get to introduce yourselves to one another in the remaining times before the auction takes place, to introduce yourselves. And she looks around and just sort of points over to the left. Seated at the stool here of the bar is a short gnome who is dressed in very formal attire, a tuxedo and a top hat that sits on the actual bar top and has a monocle and an eye and a long pointy mustache that he kind of pulls out with 2 fingers put together before saying, hello everyone, Shimmerin, he says, grabbing his hat and leaning over. Nice to meet you all. Enjoying my drinks, he says with a smile. Across from you on the opposite side, you see Aarakocra enjoying themselves in the hot tub, their arms splayed out across, a female. Next to her seems to be a very hard-looking plate mail made of pure gold sitting at the side. She says, the name is Valakros. I've seen many battles, and I'm just now considering retiring as a wild knot. Nice to meet you all.
Wild knot.
Up at the top, laid out on one of these seats that make up the kind of beach chairs, a female Eidolon pulls herself up. She seems to be middle-aged and seems to have had a lot of probably arcane surgery. Beehive hair and the look of a noble woman some years past, kind of pulling down a golden mask that she was using to keep the sun off of her face. She says, "Oh, the name is Mademoiselle Jude. Nice to meet you all. I'm a socialite. I go where I please." And she lays back down.
Hell yeah.
Finally, at the top of the deck, at once, beforehand laying in the sand, begins to pull themselves up, and you notice it is actually what looks like a hound.
Oh.
The hound is pretty tall for its breed, but it just looks up. It has this cool, almost mixture of this like blondish, light blondish, and almost like golden streaks of hair running through its body that are kind of flecked out at some parts. It just sort of gets up and barks, "Ooh," and then grabs at its collar beneath it, and on it is a name tag of Idrisilius. Or not Idrisilius, I'm sorry, Ashtona.
Ashtona.
I like it.
The audience, as they finish delivering this, sort of turns to you all.
Are we using the fake meeting personas? Are we?
I'm just here as Raphael.
Yeah.
Whatever you guys want to do is cool, though.
If you're not, I mean, if you're VIP, you should be VIP. They know who you are anyway.
How could they not?
You're a Discord king, yes?
Yeah.
So, other people dressed up, right? Or disguised?
Yes.
Okay. Making sure.
I don't have to do the bidding or the talking, so that's up to VIP. So I disguise myself for safety reasons.
I think that Obese has a mustache and a bowler hat, and that's the only difference.
He's manager. No, nice to meet all of you. I am VIP Maxworth, and I am here representing the Investor Holdings Limited S Corp crew. Incorporated.
They all nod. Shimmerin kind of looks back over, pushing a golden pocket watch in his shirt pocket, and kind of nods to in greeting you, still on his bar stool chair. I'm assuming everyone else introduces themselves. You all using your normal names?
Yeah, I'll introduce myself as Raphael and say I'm merely here to appraise and ascertain items of religious significance.
All right. Everyone else, unless you say otherwise, addresses yourselves as just your normal self. You don't use an alias.
I will pull a name out of there. I will say Zemo. Zemo sounds good name.
Okay, Zemo. I'm Ginger.
Ginger and Zemo, we are back here. I am here for drinking and definitely bidding. Yes, I am a big, important investor.
They all, some of them chuckle with you and nod in agreement.
I personally did not know that I was shaking my head like that until I looked over and saw myself shaking my head.
Yeah.
Shit.
Cassius, a new investor, so to speak. That's it.
Alloy's gonna introduce herself Dusty.
Yeah.
Dusty.
What a name to pick out of nowhere.
Dusty.
It's Dusty.
You guys are like looking around your rooms like, Swiffer. Swiffer.
Lab from the Kingdom Chair in Eskington.
You hear the Air Crooked say, "Dusty," nodding her head from the hot tub.
Yeah?
Nice to meet you.
So good.
Hi.
Amazing.
Morgan turns and says, "Very well. You may enjoy drinks. Keep in mind they are fey in nature, so mind
that?
yourselves." If you have any other questions, I'd be happy to answer them. Otherwise, I myself and Dandy shall be heading below deck to finish preparations for y'all. 30 minutes. Let me know if you have any questions.
I have a question.
Of course.
Do we get like a docket for what's on sale, or is it a silent auction where I just put down what we're gonna bid, or like can I get a little bit more information than what you said earlier?
Items.
Yes, I am confused as well. Is this closed bid or open bid?
Open bid. Items
I don't
will
know
be
what that means. I just know that it is a term in auctioneering.
a public bid. You will all be in the same room while this happens.
Oh, good.
Perfect.
And we will get to see the lots on offer before, or
This is a reveal auction. All items shall be revealed at the time of their bidding, and yes, the physical items so that you can lay eyes on it will be there.
How very exciting.
this is very exciting. I've never been to a auction before, Obese says, elbowing the tabaxi and the chicken noodle soup. Or not tabaxi, they're Kroga.
She
I've never done this before.
chuckles and says, "Good."
Raphael
What is it?
moves away from Obese.
What is it that you are hoping to find, my friend? I have come for a fondue set.
Well, that's weird. I'm here for some type of hopefully strong magical weaponry.
Oh, I can, maybe after this is done, we'll talk. I have known many a magical, but we can talk later. But we should talk.
Sure, she says, shrugging.
Obese messages Raph. I don't think it's this one.
Okay. Just to put my mind at ease, is there a place that it looks like Raph could go just to duck out of sight for a hot minute? Just maybe behind here or something?
Danny and Morgine, after they finish saying this, they eventually turn and enter the set of double doors right here and go ahead and head below deck. So yeah, Raphael, most of the traffic is up here at the front of the ship.
Right.
So there'd be areas that you could hang out right here.
Duck in this little alley here and take the lantern out of my backpack and just make sure it's green. Because if it's not green, that's awesome. Sorry, it's bright radiant yellow when there's a fiend nearby.
You pull the hood up. It is bright radiant yellow.
Oh, no.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of figured that it
Yeah.
wouldn't just be the Rakshasa here. All right, so that's good to know. Raph is gonna walk around with his magical eyes on and see if anyone has any illusion magic on them, other than us, obviously. I had the at-will detect magic with his eyes. It means there's a reason I'm doing this, and it's to narrow down something.
Obese will run an interference, and just like he was talking to the chicken noodle soup over there, he'll just keep on pestering everybody so that they're not paying attention to Raph.
Oh yeah, I mean, he doesn't even have to look hard at him. I can just be walking around casually, just kind of looking at stuff, you know?
Your detect magic picks up a lot of stuff coming from the packs.
I'm sure.
Of Valacracy, Aarakocra. There's also a lot of what looks like magic emanations coming off of Mademoiselle Jude.
Okay. Are they? I think it. Does detect magic tell you the school? I can't remember.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, is there any illusion magic on her?
Yes.
Okay. Is that the only thing that I really noticed that's out of the ordinary?
Small other emanations, mostly coming from what you feel like is probably down below deck. Otherwise, no. You pick up a lot of it coming down from below deck.
Okay, I'm sure there's a lot of magic shit down there. I just message OBs and I tell him, Jude's got some illusion magic going on.
I'll also say you pick up some small hints along the actual bar top behind the bartender here, who is an Eladrin.
Yeah. I ain't touching Fey drinks. I'm gonna let Vip handle that.
Yeah, that's all you pick up here.
So
Cool.
good.
All right, that's all I wanted to do.
Sure.
Ginger.
Yeah, Viv?
Can you message to Lexia? Can talking really quiet. Can you
Yeah, get in
message?
my ear. What are you doing?
Hi. Can you message to Lexion and ask him what the roster of items is?
I have to see him to message him, but I can't send him a message via sending.
I can't send him a message, but I can send him a message.
Could you do that while I talk to people, please? Thank you.
Yes. So I'm going to cast sending.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, handsome. Can you provide us with a list of auction items? Please. Pretty, please.
You get one more because I think you counted 2 syllables instead of one word. One more
I
pretty.
had another pretty.
Pretty please,
You hear back Morgine watching closely. I know the puzzle box is here.
Okay. I'll
Can't
message
figure
Vic.
out what the others are.
I message Vip.
Oh. Thank you.
Vip, you see this pretty stocky looking hound. Very athletic build, I should say. Kind of just putting its head back into the sand and resting. Soft winds kind of push through your hair up here in the distance as you travel through the skies now. The ship continues to lift higher than most of the towers into the clouds that make up the very tops of Halcyon itself. The sound of just soft wind and small chatter from behind you.
So, dog looks like they're taking a nap.
Yeah, you kind of fly up. They don't really necessarily pay attention.
I don't want to be rude, but hello, fellow auctionator.
The
Your houndedness. How are
dog
you?
lifts its head and nods before yawning.
Speaking the common?
She finishes her yawn and says, all right, what? How are you?
Oh.
I'm well. My name's Vip Maxworth, and I'm here looking for some rare curios myself. Can I maybe keep an eye on anything that you're interested in? Maybe, it's not necessarily something I want, and it's more of like a kind of an impulse buy. Maybe I'll lay off of it for you.
She says, no, unfortunately. My master sent me here for one purpose, one item. That is all I shall be bidding on.
Is it a cool item?
It's too subjective to answer that.
Oh, I just figured, you'd tell me or something, or...
We've just met. Why would I reveal these things to you so you could outbid me? I
Well,
am
that's-
not as stupid as the average dog.
Oh, wait. I didn't think dogs were stupid. Are you reading my mind?
I could be, she says with
Oh.
a serious dog face.
Well, good. So then you know what I came over here to ask you about.
I did. Have you noticed I have not yet answered you?
I did notice. He's just gonna continue standing there, just awkwardly. So, are we friends yet?
No, we're not friends.
We're not friends? Okay, well, here's my business card. Should you or your masterness need any additional help or spokesperson opportunities, please feel free to send for me.
She throws
Thank
a
you.
paw over your card and pulls it in close as she lays her head back down into the sand.
I also like sitting in the sun. Bye. Well, that didn't
What
work.
is happening? What is happening?
I don't know, but I like it.
I'm trying to find information to see if I get any idea on what people are going to try and bid on.
Yeah.
Maybe admits that you do not know what you would like to spend the monies on.
Oh, good point.
That you do not know what is being to offer.
I don't know what's going to be offered.
These are not lies, these are truths.
I like Manager OB, or Zebo.
He does a surely.
Ginger, what are you doing over there at the bar?
Oh, that's me.
That's you.
I,
You, Ginger.
I am interested in buying a drink and trying to, I guess I'll try to pull some information from Shimmerin, try to make friends and see what he's interested in, what he's hoping to, see if I can, maybe he'll be dodgy, but that's fine. See if he is after anything in particular or whatever. He's a collector of certain things.
Are you going to order a drink at the table here?
Yeah.
The Eladrin, dressed in its tuxedo, kind of turns and stares at you and is finishing rubbing a glass out and says, "Happy to serve. Just be aware, they are fey spirits."
Oh. Like... Okay, yes, please, I'll have one face spirit.
They, let's see, grab a tincture or a glass, I'll say, and pull off the large top and pour you a small glass and hands it over and says, "Emerald Spirit. Enjoy, ma'am."
Thank you. And I'm going to pretend to be really interested in it and then turn my head and just Shimmerin, was it?
Yes, give me a persuasion check.
Let's do persuasion. I use my +1. Oh my god.
Oh.
You love to see it.
Shit. Shimmerin cleans his monocle and says, "Oh, I'm here for the finer things. Anything with a certain amount of sentimentality to it. I am a purveyor of fine works of art, be that paintings, statues, what have you. Any of these would turn my fancy. I have never been to one of the Curio Collective's auctions and am happy to see what they have available. What do you, Miss Ginger, hope to obtain from this auction?"
Oh, the more history something has, the interested I'm in it. Hopefully I find a unique part of history here and I can win it somehow.
Certainly, storied items carry themselves so well. If for anything else, a wonderful piece to talk to with friends you have over for dinner.
Yeah, conversation piece. Can't go wrong with that.
Oh, no, absolutely not, he says, putting his monocle back.
Say, have you tried the Emerald Spirit?
Oh, I don't drink, miss, especially not fey spirits.
Oh. Any reason why?
Oh, just went through my years, 20 or so of, enjoying a free-spirited lifestyle before pulling myself together to finding myself in the position I am today. Were it not for my sobriety, I doubt I would be at the auction here today.
well, look at you. Congratulations. You're doing great.
I do like to stare at the drinks, though.
Yes, me too. I might take
You
a
should
sip.
enjoy yours, he says,
Yeah,
throwing a hand your way.
Thinking about it. And then I'm just gonna wait for Vip to come around to just see if he can do a little check on this drink for me, because I do want to drink it. The curiosity's killing me.
Vip, are you coming around? What are you doing?
I was gonna come around, but as I circled by, I was gonna talk to the lady with all the arcane work done.
She is laying on the beach chair, a relatively, slightly larger woman with her beehive hair. She has a fan that she is waving at her face as she sort of lays with her eyes closed. Oh yes, dear, nice to meet you, Fairy. Mademoiselle Jude.
Hi, your Mademoiselle-edness. It's nice to meet you.
Yes,
yes.
yes.
As I was speaking with my friend over there, my name's
The
Vip.
dog?
And yeah. Are you friends with the dog?
No, it's a dog.
Oh, not an animal lover. That's
Oh.
okay.
Mangy beast.
Oh. Well, just for the record, I am not a dog. I am a fey person, if you will. Fairy. I go by fairy. That's okay. And I was just wondering, if me and my constituents here, we like to impulse buy. So if there's anything that you have your heart's desire, I don't want to be greedy. So if you want something specifically, or you're here for something specific in mind, if you want to let me know, I could just kind of take a nap at that point.
Why did I
little
tell you
shitter.
that? Jude says.
What? So you can
Sorry.
win?
Or you could conversely just try to outbid me on the item. This is not my first auction, Vip.
Oh, well, okay. Just figured, maybe you want some more insurance, but
Why don't you tell me what you would like, and then I may tell you what I would like.
Oh, okay. Show my hand first. Got it. So I'm here to just literally buy everything. That's what they told me to do. So I don't want to be greedy and just steal all the cool stuff from everybody by paying a lot on it.
Well then, Vip, we are at an impasse because I, too, require everything from this auction.
Lady of taste. I like it. Can I get you anything from the bar? I'm gonna...
A cocktail,
Kind of,
please.
What's your favorite?
Anything they have.
You got it. I'll be back.
Make sure there's alcohol in it.
Only the best for you.
Vip flies over to where you are, Karma.
Pip, is this safe for me to drink? It's emerald spirits, face spirits. Is it like, am I drinking face spirits? Is that because if I am, I'm cool with that. But as long as it have like weird that affects my body,
Fey spirits, like spirits as an alcohol, or Fey spirits like the souls of my ancestors?
I don't
'Cause
know,
I don't think
you
you should
tell
drink the
me.
second one.
I'm sure.
Vip would like to make a history check on the Fey spirits to see if he knows
Sure.
anything about drinking Fey
Sure.
spirits.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's never seen liquor in his entire life.
The Fae are tricksy people.
Vip just says liquor.
Pretty much.
Oh no.
Tell you what, I did not make friends with, but kind of made friends with the lady up there, and she asked for a drink, so I could bring her one, and if it doesn't do anything to her, then we can surmise either she's immune to whatever it is, or it's perfectly fine to drink.
Okay, yeah, get her an emerald, whatever this is.
Spirit.
Spirit.
The bartender hands you an emerald spirit, Vip.
Thank you, my good sir.
Of course.
Hi, Mr. Nomadness. I gotta go, but I'd like to talk with you in a minute.
Nice to meet you, yes.
It's Vip with two wonderful emerald spirits.
You
Goes back to
taking
Jude.
karmas too?
Yeah, she can order another one.
right.
Jude looks over, kind of peeking out from underneath her closed eyes as she seems to be kind of sunbathing here, and grabs at one of them and says, "Thank you, dear Vip." And she says, "Here, toast to the
Cheers.
highest bidder between the two of us, my rival." And she clinks hers to yours.
To the highest bidder and to friendship and teamwork.
Sure, she says.
My God.
Do you drink along with her?
Yes.
All right. You drink this Vip. It is strong. It is very strong. It is like a pale, sugary concoction, but it hits you with a punch. I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
We can do it.
I should have inspired
Oh my
you.
god.
Nice.
Fucking no that's a story crit. I mean, he's a fae.
He slams the drink and says, "Woo, liquor!"
Nothing like drinking with pretty ladies. Woo!
Yeah, you have some Fey fortitude inside of you, Vip, and maybe you've even had an Emerald Spirit at some point in your past, maybe in your college years. But this one goes down, hits strong, but you hold yourself together. You only suffer one level of our drunkenness rules, so you just have a pleasant buzz that fills your head afterwards. The smooth shifting of the sails as the Spelljammer moves through the air up here. It feels nice.
I love this stuff.
I could do this every night.
Reminds me of home.
Equally, Mademoiselle Jude downs her with a bit of a cough afterwards and places the empty glass next to her. She lays back down.
I'll collect that for you. You don't need to bother yourself with any rubbish or trash while you're here. You're on, like, business, right?
Oh, thank you so much, Vip. You are a handy thing.
Thank you. I try to be.
I messaged Vip. You're probably flirting with a demon. You realize that, right?
Wouldn't be my first time, sir.
All right. So, is there anything else any of you want to do over the 30-minute period?
Raphael has an idea, but this is mostly just for next week. I do have detect thoughts. And as we go into the auction, I have a theory. I want to try to cast detect thoughts as people walk in and see if I can, if I just am getting their surface level thoughts. I'm going to see if they're like thinking about the thing that they're really wanting to bid on, you know? Just seeing if that's like the most like prescient thing on their mind as they walk in. I just want to like, you know, see if I can't scan their mind or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah. That's for next week.
Sure. Yeah, because we're wrapping up pretty soon here. Anyone else, do you have anything to do before this half hour, so we'll say, wraps up?
No.
All right. 30 minutes passes. The double doors that held Dandy and Morgine that they passed through previously reopen as Dandy steps back out onto the deck. And he waves a hand to everyone and says, "All right, everyone. It's time to have ourselves a little auction, shall we? If you wouldn't mind following me," he says, running a hand back into the area here, leading you down whenever you're ready to follow with him. As you all follow along with him, he begins to hand out your bidding paddles to each of you. And
I whisper to Vip, "All right now, this is what you're here for. Don't fuck this up. This is a lot of money." Vip,
Yeah.
look at me. Look at me.
Okay.
Look at me.
Yes, Father.
I believe in you. I have faith.
Do we all have bidding paddles or just Vip?
everyone has bidding paddles.
Vip slightly becomes catatonic and more fairy dust kind of floats out of his wings as he's been...
Remember, Vip, there's a tactic. You start low. Start low, Vip.
I'm moving you guys and revealing the next area here. Let's see. There we go.
Why is he vibrating like that? Why is he shaking? Is this
Because-
normal?
He's preparing. Right, Fip?
Yeah, I'm just so excited. And I'm happy you like me.
They lead you downstairs if you'll move over to the right side of the map into a opulent-looking lower deck gallery.
Ooh.
Super cool.
There is just a assortment, collection of all kinds of rare and interesting looking pieces, either held under glass on a pedestal or decorated out on the walls and even curved ceiling of this area here. Seems like a pretty sizable portion of the ship has been sort of gutted out for this area. In the distance you see a open sort of platform area. Beyond that, a beautiful window that looks out into the goldish skies of Halcyon. In the distance, standing at the podium, or the steps up to the kind of platform podium area, is Morgine, and Dandy leads you on in and enters and says, "If you wouldn't mind following me, we're going to head to the front. We'll begin our proceedings over there," he says, and kind of waves you down.
Vip is gonna stand like annoyingly close to Dandy's shoulder until he takes the stage.
And then he pushes a hand against you and says, "I'll step up from here."
Oh, okay. Just want to make sure you can see me. I'm really excited.
You watch as Morgine just kind of stares you down.
I'll give her the little wave.
Valakris kind of heads up a little closer. Mademoiselle Jude is definitely going to be somewhere around there. Shimmeron's going to be over here, kind of poking at the glass just a little bit and kind of staring on. Ashtona kind of going to keep a distance, pulling up next to Barksworth and kind of just staring curiously over at him.
Oh, this is perfect. This is exactly where I want to be right now.
And nice line. Murder everyone.
Movings with the lady cats. Hello, lady cats.
As you all enter, Morgine says, "Welcome. Does everyone understand the rules of the proceedings here?"
No. But that is fine. I will catch up.
Very good.
Hi.
Just don't break them, and you shall be fine, Morgine says.
Okay, yes, maybe rules then.
She retells you the roles that she previously did on the top deck.
Oh, oops, my bad. Those rules. Oh,
Those
rules.
rules,
Why
yeah.
did you not say those?
Oh
Wait.
my god.
What were they? No magic?
Yeah.
No use of magic to try and steal or win items. There will be fey punishment.
I'm going to assume that at this point then I have already done my detect thoughts thing. I'm not going to cause any trouble, but if you'll recall, I did want to do it as we were walking in.
Sure.
You don't have to go through it all this week if you don't want to, but I did want to kind of just briefly scan everybody's mind to see if they're thinking about the thing that they're trying to win.
So yeah, I can quickly tell you that as we finish up here. Shimmerin is taking note. The sort of well-dressed gnome is taking note of all the fine art on the walls, as well as the interesting-looking items surrounded by the glass here, and is kind of thinking mostly of those things he sees around him. Valakris, is this just surface level thoughts? Without you poking too far?
I'm not doing the thing where I probe into their mind. I'm just getting surface level thoughts of everybody.
Let's see. Yes. Surface thoughts of the creature. Valakris is thinking about a flaming sword.
Okay.
Mademoiselle Jude is kind of a little bit scattermind. You see perfume.
Okay. Perfume. Interesting.
you see a broken manacle.
Okay.
And freedom in your mind.
Oh, I don't like that. Okay. Interesting.
Which one was that one?
Mademoiselle Jude.
That's the one that's got the
Got it. Yeah,
illusion magic, yeah.
In Ashtona the Hound, you pick up the sense of duty,
Duty.
of master. Duty.
Sorry.
We're done.
It's awful.
And the
Do it,
name
Kevin.
Idrisilius in the mind of the hound.
Idrisilius. What? Have I feel like I've heard that before. I've heard that before.
Idris.
Right? Idris.
Not in this campaign.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Sorry, and did you say Shimmerin's? What Shimmerin's surface level thoughts were?
Looking around at the fine art and the items around him, kind of close by here.
Okay.
He seems to already be enthralled in just what he sees already. With that, Morgane says, well then, bidding paddles at the ready, our first item, and she waves a hand, and you see out of the side sections of this room here, there are two open hallways that kind of lead into darkness, and just floating out of the darkness of one of them is some object obscured by a sort of velvet blanket that covers it, and it just begins to float. It looks kind of flat, maybe square-like underneath this covering. It floats through the air up to Dandy, and he says, all right, this is number 1 of 7. Good luck on your bids, everyone, and I hope you get everything that you need, he says, kind of looking over at your group, the investors, for just a second longer than you'd imagine, and grips the velvet blanket covering the first auction item and goes to pull it. And that is where we will end tonight's session.
Nice.
Oh,
Man,
so hard it blacks out our cameras. Wow.
Man, I wish I had this map when I was running an auction in my campaign. That would have been really helpful.
Oh, it's sick. It's so good.
Such a good map. It's great.
Really nice.
Yeah, this is from let me pull them up real quick. This is from let's see here. Let me go give him a little shout out real quick, because his maps are really sick. You've probably seen him.
Yeah, I think this might be the same guy that made the maps I used in the Undermountain finale, or the epilogue rather.
Oh, that auction.
Cool.
Eightfold Paper.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yep.
That's the one. Yeah.
Well, yeah,
He's got good shit.
It's really good. You can pop in and join in. His tiers are pretty affordable, and there's some really sick, high quality stuff in there. So make sure to go check out Eightfold Paper. But yeah, that's where this came from.
I am also subscribed to Eightfold Paper.
That's good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. Well, did you guys have fun?
Yeah.
Is there anything you particularly enjoyed?
Blowing up Rakshasa was pretty cool.
That was pretty neat. You guys came up with that all yourselves. It seems like it pulled off pretty well. 3 out of 4 isn't bad.
Good plan, you guys. That was great. You love to see a plan come together.
And there was an attempt to chase the 4th off, but maybe better off not to follow it down a narrow sewer. Who knows where that was.
Thank you for convincing Raph not to go down there, guys.
So that was pretty good. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you all so much for hanging out with us on this Friday night. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Tiberius. Thank you, Mousy. Thank you, Queen Gore. Thank you, Tisa. Let's see. I know there's someone. Thank you, Nico's Burger, and anybody else who I didn't name. Thank you so much for stopping in and hanging out. If you haven't already, make sure and follow the channel. We're trying to close in on that 400 amount. You can see my bar up at the top here. It's getting full. It's getting there. Try to push this at 400 so we can keep spreading the word. I think we got a pretty quality thing here that I want to make sure and get people's eyes on. So make sure and follow if you haven't already. You get a whole bunch of cool stuff. I think you get a boost, an immediate boost in your Twitch channel points just by following the channel. That's for free. Go do that. So yeah, make sure I'm going to be announcing that giveaway for the pineapple dice bag that you can't see the top of the green of because I have a green screen behind me. But make sure and keep an eye out on my Twitter so that you can see what comes down the pipeline and my announcements on Monday. I'll show you how you can get that and enter. Make sure and go follow the YouTube. Any of the previous episodes on here. If you don't want to watch them as VODs on Twitch or over there, you can catch full episodes. And I also got a Patreon. Check that out. Instagram, the God Mode shop, a whole bunch of cool stuff. Make sure to go check out all those links. Support where you'd like to. But thank you all for coming by, hanging out, and watching this with us. We're going to head out for now. But before, I'm going to go and try and raid someone. Let me see. Is Mozzarella up?
I'm not seeing her live at the moment, no.
What about... Hang out. What about, who else do I know? There's Carney Sideshow, but how do you see the people who are live right now on your Twitch?
What I do is I open up a viewer, like I'm a person, and then on the followed channels on the left-hand side, it's usually a pop out of all the people
who are currently live.
Who are currently live and the number of people watching them. So my list is going to look a lot different than your list.
Holy shit, Pixel Circus has 9,000 something people watching.
Hi, Pixel Circus.
Oh gosh. That would just be like... We should pull them, they should come raid us.
I love it.
Well shit, I don't see anybody personally that I know on. Okay.
Anybody that responded to you this week or interacted with you this week, you just want to say hi to?
None that are live. Oh, you mean just as a shout out?
Yeah.
It was kind of a quiet week, but thank you again, Hope, from the previous session for the raid. Make sure I posted her link at the beginning, but just do Hope for TTRPGs. Go follow her Twitch. She just started streaming not too long ago. She does a great job. So yeah, I would say go to her. But yeah, she's not streaming live right now. But go make sure to follow her Twitch channel. And yes, thank you all so much for hanging out. Come back next week, 9 p.m. Friday night Eastern Time, as always. And check out the schedule because I stream some fun ARC with some of the other D&D friends here on Mondays. And we do a cool behind-the-scenes show on Wednesdays, which I skipped the last one, but we should be doing another one here this upcoming Wednesday, so check that out. In the meantime, make sure and stay hydrated. Don't get COVID. Be safe out there. And we will see you next time. Stretch your legs. Goodbye, everybody!
Now let's look at another one of these. This is where we go into the Dungeon Master's Guide. Who is the Dungeon Master?
Well, the Dungeon Master is a person who plays God in the game. And he controls all the situations. In fact, the books tell him that he is the God of the game. And he controls the situations in the game, controls the way the players are moving through the dungeons, and then if he doesn't like someone, he can play pretty much against them.
Do you think parents are aware that when the children play the game, that demon spirits are involved?
I do not think that many parents are aware of what's inside the game. In fact, in my presentation, I show many pictures from the inside the books, just to show the images of this game. I mean, the gruesomeness of this game and the occult link to it.
Well, I know that when I did my message, and this has happened, I have letter after letter where people took the pieces. Now, there's sixes involved in the pieces of the game, but they take the pieces of the game, they would throw them in the incinerator or the fireplace, and screams would come out because there seemed to be some kind of spiritual forces inhabiting those pieces, and children would drop out of life. They didn't want to study anymore. What are the pieces, for instance?
Well, this game affects the most intelligent of our children. And the pieces include white witches, wizards, necromancers, the clerics, that type of thing. It includes evil wizards. It's a white versus black witchcraft. The good versus evil is white versus black witchcraft. And Anton LaVey, the writer of the Satanist Bible, says there is no such thing as white witchcraft.
Well, being a Satan worshiper, he should know.
Yeah, he should know.